Hello and welcome to the Friday Night Social with me, Graham Hughes, and I'm joined by the lovely, the delectable Mike Dix. How you doing, Mike?
I'm very well, thank you. Although I have the music of Friday Night Social blasting in my ears because I didn't mute it. So let's try that again. How are you, Mike Dix? I'm fine, thank you very much, Graham.
I've got a bit of a delay on my monitor, so I'm thinking that my mouth might not sync up with what I'm saying, which is going to irritate the living fuck out of me, I think. Anyway, so Ivan, thank you very much for the £20. Haven't you done anything yet? Wow, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Jeez.
My engagement with US content is limited. I know it has impacts on us here, but I'm only just getting through with British politics. I wish I could cope like others who can cope with any content in their brains. Ivan, little secret for you, mate. None of us are coping with this. None of us are coping with this because this is fucked. This is fucked beyond all reckoning. This is fucked beyond anything we've ever experienced in our lives so far. So, yeah. Anyway, we have a Scot. A wild Scot has appeared. Hello, Scott.
A wild Scot.
A wild Scot, nonetheless. Great Scott.
Seen here in its natural habitat, the Scott Williams.
Yeah, in his home, where he always is every time he does this show, except for when he's in Spain and he dances half naked on.
This happens.
Yeah.
This is true.
Well, it's not true because I was in Spain last week for this podcast and I
Dancing
didn't
half
feel the
naked?
need to dance naked.
No, but your name's not Scott Williams.
That's what Scott does.
So
Your name's
it's
not
a
down.
Scott
You're not
thing,
getting in.
not a Mike thing. Not everything is a Mike. Okay.
Hey, Scott, do you want a joke? Do you want to hear a joke?
Not right now. Hold on.
Oh, for fuck's sake! What's he doing? This is
Can
not
I just
time nor the place. What?
Before you tell the joke,
right. Sorry about that.
Hello.
if it's the joke, I think it might be. Can I
Yes.
just warn any Mexican viewers or listeners
About my highly
that
offensive Mexican joke.
that I do not approve of the next 30 seconds of content.
Hey,
Go on. Tell me your joke, then, Graham.
Hey, Scott.
Hi.
Why is it always cold in a Mexican's house?
I don't know. Why is it always cold in a Mexican's house?
Because they only have chicken fajitas.
I was going to mention this show as one of my 3 positives on Facebook today, but I don't know if I'm going to do that now. Actually, that's a little funny. Actually.
Oh, thank you, Scott.
I actually like that.
What do you call a man from Mexico leaving the hospital?
Oh no, there's more. Maria, I'm so sorry. I
Scott,
apologize for my terrible friend. He's from Liverpool.
What do you call a man from Mexico?
Are we on the YouTube?
Yeah, we're on the YouTube. What do you call a man from Mexico leaving the hospital?
I don't know.
Manuel?
But man,
so Trump killed
Manos
some
means
people today.
hand. Yeah.
Trump
Trump's
ICE
agents
killed
have
people
been
this
murdering
week.
people in the streets.
Let's talk about that because talking about anything would be better than hearing. Do you find these on the internet, Graham? Like, do you?
No, I just make them up.
You literally Googled.
No, they just come to me in the night while I'm asleep. There's a strange
know what else
lady who
comes to
lives
you
in
in
a
the night?
cave halfway up a mountain, and I go in and say, "You've got any good jokes?" And she goes, "Yeah." And I go on.
You know, when he stays here, you know what else is going to come to him in the middle of the night?
Why did the Mexican put poison in his wife's drink?
Why?
Tequila!
Have you got the little tank thing?
Yeah, right.
All right, one more.
No.
One more.
No. Okay.
Why did the Mexican take your cheese? Because this
Why?
was nacho cheese. Nacho cheese.
I mean, listen, here's something that I've learned.
You are in
Mexicans don't
time
really-
out, Graham. You are in time out.
Mexicans don't really eat nachos in the way that you're describing.
All right, Mister,
And
I've got a lonely planet about Mexico, and I know
And it
everything
was-
about it now.
it would largely be, I would be
Sure, I'm still
criticised
very
for
upset about
asking for nachos with cheese by saying, "Oh, you want Tex-Mex food, do you? You don't want Mexican
Yes,
food."
this is very true.
So,
This is true. It's a bit like if you go to India Indian food that they have in India is different from Indian food they have in Britain, because anything like chicken tikka masala, but even jalfrezi and madras, they're kind of anglicized versions of what you get in India.
Absolutely.
Actually, you know what? You mentioned that, like, I have obviously I've got Indian colleagues at work, and one of the girls, she went over there for the holidays,
Yeah.
and she has brought back for me. I'm gonna get it next week. She has brought back for me a traditional kurta
Oh
from
man, I
India.
buy those. I actually buy those from India.
Dude,
That's my pajamas.
Cool.
And kurta, they actually are kurta pajamas. That's the
right.
Indian
Do
Yeah.
Indians have a word for pajamas?
pajamas. And
Oh yeah. Good.
I think I'm not sure if we've
Well, the word for
tuned
pajama
into
is
the.
pajama.
How long have I?
Bernard Manning.
Well,
Bernard Manning.
yeah.
Bernard Manning. Sorry, we need
Welcome
to be
to the
serious.
Bernard Manning Friday Night
Variety
Social
Hour.
podcast. Yeah.
We've got some...
My missus, take my missus. Donald Trump. He shot her in the face. He got a thug to shot her in the face in a car. She had some soft toys in the glove box. Come on, laugh, you bastards.
Laugh, you bastards. Why aren't you laughing? But we've got some super chats actually on that. So, we've got at least one on that. Well, I think both of them might be about it, actually. First of all, we've got EDHD. Hello, from Canada. Thank you very much for the $5 Canadian. Did you see the new footage this evening that's come out from the camera that the officer called Jonathan Ross from when he shot?
Is it Jonathan Ross? No,
Jonathan Ross.
Jonathan
No,
Ross.
with an R, this guy, not with a W. But when he shot
you
Renée
didn't
Good.
get that joke, did you?
No, and that is just
Woffy.
it's very, very grim. And thanks for that. And then George, thank you. Yippee, I'm alive! ... I'm manically depressed. Oh. Is that because of my shit jokes? Do you want another one?
Yeah. No, please, no. Like I did. I just had 2 weeks in the company of my lovely Mexican girlfriend, and you may have just ruined it all.
Oh,
That's
brilliant.
all I'm saying.
I'm so sorry.
Your relationship wasn't that strong, right? If Graham's horrendous dad jokes were enough to break this relationship,
it's all over.
apart.
The worst thing is, Scott, is that she's become quite a fan of Graham Hughes, the world traveller, and I think she'll be a bit let down, a little bit let down by these stereotypical.
Are they making fun of Mexicans? No, it's just clever wordplay.
Does anybody in the chat know any good Scouser jokes?
Oh, I know loads of good Scouser jokes. what have Scousers
Graham
and sperm?
Hughes.
What have Scousers and sperm got in common?
What?
There's millions of them, but only one actually works.
That's so stupid.
Thanks, Scott, for saving me there. If this is just me and Mike would just be sitting there with his arms folded.
I know.
That is not funny.
What's going on?
Like in that Monty Python sketch where they come up with the funniest joke ever, and they're trying to find out what the joke is. My dog's got no nose. That is not funny. We got go on.
You know, what I understood about this show is that we talk about politics.
Oh God, do you want to talk about politics now?
Yeah, it's crazy,
Jesus
right?
Christ. Do you want to though? It's so fucking depressing. I'd literally rather talk about anything else. Like now, it's just what a fucking week. Since our last show, Venezuela's been invaded, Greenland's been threatened, a woman's been shot, a mother of three has been shot in cold blood by one of Trump's thugs. And like Europe are going, what can we do? I don't know if it's illegal, can't tell. Because they can't say anything because America's got its fucking vile tendrils in every aspect of our lives in this country.
Well, so there's a potential revolution happening in Iran, and Trump is threatening to bomb them if they kill anyone. And you go, oh, geez, really? This is your solution?
Yeah. Gunny, £5 super chat. Thank you. The party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. It was their final most essential command. George Orwell, 1984. Thanks, Gunny. And thank you for joining the channel as well, Gunny. That's really appreciated. Thank you. What do you call a Scouser in a suit? The defendant. I'm not having that, Chris. Unless you're from Liverpool, you can't tell Scouse jokes. What? Have you never heard that one before?
Oh, that was funny.
What you call? What you call?
The fact you said it so quickly, like it went to
Like you haven't heard that? Oh god, we're getting loads of Scouse jokes in the chat now. What have I started? Fuck.
What do you call a Scouser student offended?
What?
A Scouser. Chris C84 says a Scouser gets kidnapped. The kidnappers send a ransom note. We want £10,000 or he's coming back. His family replies, keep him and stop threatening us.
Shite. That's just not funny. What do you call a Scouser in a white trackie?
You what?
What do you call a Scouser in a white trackie? Do you know what a trackie is? Do you know what a trackie
Yes.
is? The bride. The bride? Okay, forget it.
Nah, lost me on that one.
Okay, fair enough. Sarah said the old one, why wasn't Jesus born in Liverpool? Because God couldn't find 3 wise men and a virgin.
There's the thing.
Very good.
Here's an observation about Spanish or Catholic culture. I don't know. Their Christmas period is so much better than ours, right? Because it starts Christmas Eve, where they have dinner with everybody, right? Christmas Day, nowadays, there's a bit of Santa allowed in, but they're supposed to be reflective and have lunch and stuff. And then they have New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, which is another family and friends get together. And then they have
Epiphany.
Dia de Raya, the day that the 3 wise men turn, which is when you get your presents. So you get this. You know how our Christmas, just like you do Christmas and you go, oh, that was all a bit shit. And then you go, can I be bothered to go out for New Year's Eve and then go to work the next day? It's like, theirs is so much better. It's just stretched out and a bit more fun and thoughtful, basically. Everything about Spain and Mexico is better than England at the moment, as far as I can tell.
That's fair enough. They're both warmer for a start.
Excuse me.
Have you been to Mexico, Mike?
Yeah.
Oh, where have you been?
Mexico City Airport for a night and Guadalajara.
Ooh. Have you been, Scott, to Mexico?
No.
You've never been to Mexico, but it's right next door to America, and you're American. Can you not just go through like the portal?
Have you ever been to Ireland?
What?
What the fuck? You've been to every country in the world.
And right. Cue plug for the book. What a lovely segue, Scott.
Man of the World by Graham Hughes, Kirkus Book of the Year. Well, one of the books of the year for 2017. All available in all good shop books.
Very good. It's a very good read, said Mike Dix from Brighton.
Thank you.
It's a rip roaring adventure.
I'm still making my way through 1984.
Why do Scousers make great musicians? Because even their accents have rhythm. I don't get that one. And Pete says, how do you know a Scouse woman has an orgasm? She drops her chips. That's Essex girls. That's an Essex joke.
An Essex joke.
That's like, what does an Essex girl use for protection when she's having sex? A bush shelter. Okay, I guess you have to be there.
No, that is funny.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you.
I like that one. A bush shelter. Yeah.
What's the difference between Scousers and Batman? Occasionally, Batman goes out without Robin. Bum, bum, bum. Anyway, should we talk about the horrible stuff that's happened this week instead?
No.
Should we stop having fun?
You're right.
I think we've
so fucking grim.
Set ourselves up nicely for this, haven't we?
Yeah. Let's talk about all the horrible things that have happened this week. Kind of global chaos, really, in a way, isn't it? I'll give you a chance here, Mike. If you were Starmer and you had to, because someone put a microphone under your face on Saturday, after it came out about this raid on Venezuela, it's clearly a legal raid on someone else's sovereign territory to go and pick up. Hello, talking about picking people up. It's Wayne. Hello, Wayne.
Just as we were getting serious.
Speak of the demon. How you doing, mate?
How dare you?
Time for 10 minutes of milkman jokes from Wayne of Essex. Let's go.
Be done.
I'm sorry, but it's a 30-mile-an-hour road, and look at that mug.
I can't see.
What?
Is this?
Was there someone going
Well, have
fast? You are in
We can barely
Essex.
Have you
see you,
called-
Wayne. Your connection sucks. It's dark outside. Is there snow there?
We started. There's something going on with this show. It started off as the Bernard Manning Happy Hour, and now it's turned into Crime Stoppers live from Essex.
Why is it Crime Stoppers?
Look at that mug there. He's doing 36 in a 30-mile an
Oh,
hour
I see.
zone.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
if only had me radar gun.
So
He'll be fucked.
you've had jokes about Bernard Manning, and then a brown bloke turns up.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a bit awkward actually. Little bit
It is a
awkward
bit
now,
awkward.
Wayne.
Yeah. a little.
This is like the traitors all over again, where they just like vote off the black people the first thing they do. I mean, like it's 4 seasons, and and even in the celebrity special, it was anyone who was black, then anyone who was brown, then anyone who was disabled, and they were like, "There's just something about you that I just don't trust," and I'm like going, "Oh my god, seriously,
I had a
do they
friend-
not
You're
hear
prejudiced.
themselves saying this?" Something about this
I had a-
person.
Is that no? Sorry, I only saw that earlier. Is that actually a thing? Are
Yes!
people complaining
Yeah.
about it?
Yes,
Yeah,
because it's
yeah.
true.
Wow.
It keeps happening. They look around the table. It's only been going for 2 weeks. They're already it's just white as far as the eye can see. They got rid of all the
I had a-
diversity.
I had a friend who used to work on the production team of Britain's
Hang on a
Got
minute.
Talent.
Hang on a minute.
And
you've
they
got
hang
rid
on,
of-
Wayne,
Wayne.
hang on,
Wait.
Wayne, hang on 1 minute, right? And they genuinely said that they had to engineer the way they edited the acts for the public vote, so that they, as far as possible in the early rounds, they didn't put up a black act against a white act, because the white act would just get 90% of the votes every single time. So they literally had to engineer their editing so that they played it out, and then you ended up with a choice between 2 black acts or 2 white acts in the early rounds, so that it became fairer and fairer as you went on.
Wow.
So I think it's just inherent. It's inherent in that system. When you think about the audience that watches, you know, Strictly Come Dancing audience, they kind of like Nigel Farage quite a bit.
Hey, Mike. Mike.
Oh God, it's another Mexican joke.
Mike, what's white and slides along the floor?
Jesus, don't, Graham.
Come dancing.
Okay, I'm going to give you that one because
Thank
it
you.
wasn't racist. That's
I
good.
made Mike laugh. I broke him. I broke you. Anyway, Wayne, what were you going to say? Sorry, you interrupted. Isn't your hand cold?
Mate, yeah, of course, mate. These pigeons have been handed all of the milk tonight. So, this is fine.
Do you know sometimes on Saturday nights I get called a milkman?
Wayne, we can't hear you. Your signal's got all shite. It's got all Essex. It's got horribly Essex.
How about now? I'm standing still.
Yeah, that's a lot better. But
Yeah, but it means I'm making no progress to my work.
yeah, and also the CIA can
Well,
track you now.
this is your job, Wayne. You're at work. It's your job. We
To be
did
fair,
not come
Bob,
to your job, did we?
Not at my work, right?
Yeah, can I just double check with the other participants here? Did any of us ring Wayne and say,
No.
please come on the show?
No,
we didn't.
Sorry, Wayne.
Oh no, I did.
What?
Oh,
I said this will really piss off Scott and Mike. Come on the show. And can you make sure you got a really shit internet connection so we can only hear every other word? Fucking brilliant. Bring it. Bring it. Bring it.
But, just to piss Scott off even further,
You're not going to piss me off.
Arthur, famously of James O'Brien's first book, despises you so much that I think he wants to bum you into next week.
Who are you talking about?
Arthur, who is the guy that basically James tried to put his name into his first book,
Right,
couldn't,
right.
Right.
and had to change his name for legal reasons
To Arthur.
to Arthur.
My
Okay.
name.
No,
is your name Arthur?
It sometimes depends what day it is. Depends what time zone I'm in.
It depends on
No,
the role
but
that
he-
you are playing.
but
One of the things
Arthur basically hate watches our streams.
Okay, cool.
Does he?
And
Oh,
Yeah.
do you reckon he's
One
getting
of the-
How do you
himself
know
off
that?
while I'm watching this with hatred?
he fucking tells me.
How do you know that?
one of,
I don't even know who this
'Cause he
Arthur
told-
person
he
is. Is it
told
Nigel
Wayne.
How do you
Farage?
know that? How do you know that?
Okay. So, right, have you
so
read
confused.
James O'Brien's first book?
No.
Yes.
Maybe.
Oh, yes.
Can't remember.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
A long time ago.
Right. So
Long
there's a
time ago.
character in there named Arthur.
Okay.
No, that's
Right,
the Hitchhiker's
Arthur
Guide
is-
to the Galaxy, mate.
Arthur is his
Dent.
legal name,
All right.
Okay.
but his actual name is something different.
Is it?
Okay.
Is it Andrew Mountbatten
Nigel.
Windsor?
Could you please
No.
just hurry up and tell us the story, Wayne?
Can we get to the end of
Like,
it?
how the fuck is, how do
I
you
just
know
heard it.
this guy
Look, look,
watches us?
But he
Because
watches us.
He's in a what? He's in Scott. Scott, let
He
me
probably watches
let me-
right now.
help you here, Scott, because Wayne is not going to explain it.
What is
He's in
going
a
on?
WhatsApp group
I have
with
no
James
idea.
O'Brien and some of the people that appeared on the James O'Brien show, and I imagine they talk to each other. And Arthur has made a point of saying that I don't know why specifically you, Scott, that he hate watches this show, but apparently that's what happens. Is that okay,
what you're
Wayne?
trying to
Have I
tell us,
explained?
Wayne?
Yes.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm
But
glad.
how do you know?
Because he's in a group with them. He's in a
Tell
WhatsApp
me.
group with them. Scott.
You're in a WhatsApp group with people that don't like us.
Yes. He also votes
Yeah, 'cause he
conservative. I mean,
votes
there's nothing down
Tory.
for him.
He votes Tory, lives in Essex. Of course, he hates this show.
Yeah, and I bet he drives an Audi really close to the car in
All
front.
right. Well, I only have one question for Arthur.
Speaking of which, sorry, Scott, to cut you off. Basildon District Council,
Yeah.
it is becoming EastEnders. It is fucking ridiculous. Today they had an AGM.
I don't understand. So, did they deliver you divorce papers on Christmas Day, Wayne?
That's
Is that
what he
what
said.
happened?
That's definitely what he said.
Then they killed drink fucking what's his chops.
I don't know. I have no idea what you're talking about, mate. I still want to
Wayne,
I still want to know what Scott wants to say to our friend Arthur. Scott, what's your question for Arthur?
Arthur,
Who's
are you
watching?
hung?
Well, I was going to say, would you like to chortle my balls? Because these balls ain't going to chortle themselves, man.
I'll tell you something, Arthur.
Can
if
I-
you're hot, I will fuck you. Okay.
Yeah.
So just let me know. And
Just gonna-
you,
Oh,
I can
77
hate fuck.
love.
You want to hate watch? I'll hate fuck. Okay. How about that?
Arthur, if you're
Oh my
watching,
god! This is why
Arthur,
my
if you're
subscriber
watching,
count goes
Arthur,
down each
there you
week.
go.
I'm gonna be the Arthur, and you're gonna be the Martha.
If you're watching
Can
this
I
and you're not
just say-
subscribed, can you please just subscribe now? Because otherwise, we're just. Anyway, go on.
Then we could.
Go on, Mike.
I just want to say that I've spent 2 weeks in Spain with a person for whom English is a second language, but she's also an English teacher. And she says to me that when she watches our podcast, sometimes she struggles to understand what's going on. And I said, well,
So do
that's
we.
you and me both. Basically.
Tell
Absolutely.
Arthur I will do him.
No, I think she gets the one thing I
sure
think
he
she
wants
does
to write
get, Scott, is
What?
that you will offer to have sex with anybody. But she certainly knows
No,
that.
just Arthur.
Just Arthur. Can I just butt in with some business? Blah blah blah. CW has just given us £2 and says, "Is Arthur not an Apple fan?"
Listen, Blabba needs to shut the fuck up, yeah? He came for me on fucking Monday as well with his Apple jokes, right? See you, blah, blah, right? Why are you trying to keep rubbing it in my face, huh? I didn't get my fucking watch, okay?
Have you
Hey,
noticed,
Wayne,
how,
did you-
have you noticed how Mike's got very long cuffs? He's got very long sleeves.
Very
hasn't he?
long sleeves.
Almost as though he's trying to cover something up.
It's because I'm too nice to Scott. I prepared for this one. I didn't want to wind him up at all. Wayne, did you get an Apple Watch from Graham for Christmas as well?
Say yes.
Yeah,
Look at
nice.
that. Yeah, you
That's
go.
cool.
He got a Wii Fit.
The running joke of
I'm over it.
2026.
Scott's he's left. Scott has left the building. You can't hear what we're saying
I
now.
can't hear you. Blah, 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 blah.
Do you know what I love when Scott gets serious.
What? He's so serious. He's so serious. So, do you want to get on with the show? Can we get on with this? It's like the Muppet Show, isn't it? Where they just talk about starting the fucking show. Miss Paula Thomas, thank you very much for the £5 super chat. Just get serious for one moment. There is now leaked body cam footage of the ICR ICE killing. Most definitely does not help ICE's case. An analysis of it is available on the Bulwark. This is new body cam footage that have come from the ICE officer. His name is Jonathan Ross, which is weird. The woman is not a threat. She's sitting in a car. She's smiling. She's just and he's like, "I'm gonna kill someone." So I'm gonna tell you a story. When I was young, I was in New York with a friend of mine who's very famous now, and we were in a bar and we get chatting to this guy who's like in the American army. And he's only young, right? And we're talking about the fact that at the time I wasn't 21, so I had to have like fake ID in order to get a drink in New York, right? And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm in the army, but we can't drink because, I'm under 21 here." And he said, "Oh, what made you join the army? Are you from like a military family or something?" And he said, "No, I just want to see what it's like for me to shoot someone in the head and to see their head blow apart."
Wow.
And that's why he joined the American army. And I was just like, okay.
Isn't that nice?
Nice. Thank you for sharing that lovely tale with me. And I just like, this is this guy who shot this woman in America, this civilian, this
weirdly
soccer mom.
Unnecessary. Yeah.
He's got 20 years experience. He knows exactly what he's doing. Like he pulled out that gun, dead, he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, and he's not even one of Trump's new recruits from Jan 6th.
No, he's not even one of the inexperienced ones. It's horrific. He has dreamt of this day where he gets to kill, and you hear somebody after she's shot says, "You stupid fucking bitch." Yeah. After she's shot, and it sounds like him. It sounds like he's the one who says it.
No, I think that latest footage I think reveals more than anything else. It is just a caring protester, basically. There's a super clip going around of Trump and Tucker Carlson saying how disgusting it was that an innocent woman just protesting was shot in the face by Biden's police force, basically, because they're talking about the woman shot in the Capitol. Oh, yes. And just looking at JD Vance and Trump and everybody today are just so disgusting, doubling down. It's
that whole press conference yesterday with JD Vance was I watched literally about a minute before I was like, you know what, I cannot. I'm literally blamed her for it. She drove away.
I'm loving the fact that there's so many sort of Democrats and a couple of Republicans coming out and now like trying to like push back and flex on this whole fucking absolute bullshit that is. And I really, really, really hope that it's like a dam that gets broken and then everyone just goes, "No, do you know what? I see bunch of cunts." Sorry.
Yeah.
David
to be honest with you, Wayne, you're right, because they're moving into your vernacular. The mayor of was it Michigan?
No,
Minnesota, I think.
Minnesota.
Minneapolis was the city.
Minneapolis.
He literally
just saying, "ICE, get the fuck out of our town." Basically.
Yeah.
And there is some good footage, although there's a lot of AI slop going around about ICE, basically. But I think this is a genuine one of NYPD cops actually arresting an ICE guy for intimidating somebody on the subway. Yeah. And the NYPD cops are doing what you'd kind of hope from an NYPD cop, going, "No, I have fucking jurisdiction." Basically, you don't have jurisdiction if you don't have a warrant, so I'm taking you away from this. So maybe there's a turning point, but who knows? I mean, yesterday they arrested a Native American for deportation.
Are you guys aware of the work of Jennifer Welch?
Wayne, we can hardly understand what you're saying, mate. This is like something from a. Like an espionage show where someone's trying to get the message through and it's a bit garbled. And like, what did he say? The cows fly at midnight. I don't know.
That's why I'm standing still and a moped drives past me. Fuck's sake. Are you aware of the work of Jennifer Welch? and the I've had it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very good.
like she is the most brazen. Like she could fit into any sort of like Basildonian pub here because she is casual cunting like a motherfucker, and I love it.
Wayne, it's your microphone, sweetheart.
We've
honestly,
really got to
man.
sort your mic, mate, because the quality of the
We're
show.
only getting.
You know the way
we're
your
getting every
mate James
fourth word.
hangs up on people if their phone line's not good, and he apologizes profusely, but it's because they have to keep a certain level of professionality about the show.
Let me fix it. I'll be back.
Okay, all right, go.
Sorry.
Climb up a building or something.
I'm sorry, Graham, but that's not our most unprofessional thing.
Oh, shut up, you. Rob Broadway is recommending another Rob. Do you reckon it's Rob Newman who's actually watching us? That'd be very cool. US invasion. Watch Rob Newman's history of oil. I was actually talking about that in our group chat this week, and I told the story about Salvador Dali's magic checkbook. If anyone was interested. No.
Oh, hang on. Are we
Thank you
supposed
for
to
the
read the messages that you put?
I
in
don't
the
read half
WhatsApp?
of it. It
No.
moves so quickly sometimes.
Oh God, I'm sorry. You got so much better things to do with your time than
Well,
read
sorry, I'm
what I've
living my
spent
life.
like
I
half an hour
apologize.
like carefully writing out.
I just assume that everything you write is something to do with AIDS Dad's balls, and I just
Right,
Mostly
exactly. And that's
90%
tedious.
is that I wrote Putin is a massive fanny in
I
big
saw
capital
that. That
letters.
was funny.
There you go.
We
Thank
did see
you.
that.
So there you go. And I also
Sorry, you have to excuse me.
I will.
Can
You're
I-
excused? Go on, Mike.
Oh, actually, it's only relevant if Scott's here, but Maria of Mexico has just said to me, "Yeah, exactly. You're quite right. The only thing I did understand is Scott wants to shag somebody."
That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. So yeah, no, I did a thing today about because so I watched a video and it was like these Americans responding to people being interviewed in the UK being asked if they'd like to move to the US, and these two Americans reviewing the footage going, they think this is a really dangerous place, and I can't believe how they think it's such a dangerous place. And they don't know America like we do. Like, you go to small towns and no one's shooting each other. And I'm just watching this video going, fuck off. Anyway, so this is my reply. America has 5 times the murder rate of the UK. In the given year, around 600 people are murdered in England and Wales by murderers. Double that figure are killed in the US by the police. No abortion, no maternity leave, no Boxing Day, no haggis, no Kinder Surprise, no kettles, you can't get a decent brew, your chocolate tastes like a skunk's anus, your cheese is a mockery of all that is holy, your houses are made of cardboard, public transport is a sick joke, life expectancy is 10 years lower than the UK's, and if you get even slightly ill, prepare to lose everything. And here's the most devastating figure, I think. Kids shot dead in schools, 2000 to 2025. In America, 500. In the UK, 0. Not one child in the last 25 years has been shot dead in school. People killed with guns, 2000 to 2025. In America, 1,040,000. In the UK, 728 in 25 years. Your chances of dying in agonizing pain with a bullet hole in you, blood spurting everywhere, is 1,430 times more likely in the US. I feel like I speak on behalf of the overwhelming majority of Brits when I say, fuck that shit. Have a nice day. That was my response to that. I should do like a video response. That would have been cool. Anyway,
Very good.
Was that a bit over the top?
No.
I did my final
No,
year
not at
dissertation
all.
on American gun policy, so I'm just like...
I saw it on Facebook. It was a good post. It's the Americans at the moment on Twitter, and I know you want us to leave Twitter. I am gearing up to leave Twitter. I'm just trying.
What are you gearing up? Just fucking leave. You don't need it.
No,
you don't need
I agree with you.
it. Do you know what you're like?
Taking-
you are like someone who stays in a relationship until you find the other person that you want to be with, and then you're like, okay, I'm going now.
I'm
Just get
taking
off.
Pranny's advice. I'm taking Pranny's advice and downloading all my data. I've also gone in and checked all the security settings and realized that you can switch off their ability to use your posts for grok. So I've done all of that, and then I'm going to delete all the posts and then delete the account.
Good
So
plan.
it's just going to take a little while to get it done, but I am doing that at the moment. But when you do go on there, and the only reason I ever go on there is to find a fight with some twat, basically.
It's probably a
most of the
bot.
time.
You're just wasting your time.
Yeah, but the Americans that pretty much look like genuine accounts, basically, they're just hammering into Brits at the moment. When the Brits say anything about what's going on in America, they're saying, we'll invade you next. You're an
Oh, that's
Islamic
nice.
state.
Oh, that's nice of them. That's nice of
It's
them.
just, it's ridiculous. Horrible place to be, and I am leaving, Graham, I promise you.
Friends, with friends like these, who needs enemies? You know, they're allies who fought side by side with them in Iraq and Afghanistan. British soldiers coming home in boxes, thanks to the Americans. Some of them from friendly fire from the Americans. You can't fucking shoot straight. Surprisingly, I mean, they've got all these guns and they go to the gun range. That's a cool American thing to do. Can't fucking shoot straight when they go to Iraq, can they? Anyway, Darian the Star. Graham, what were you doing sending messages to Donald and Melania Trump? I don't know. I just thought I'd send them a you know. I thought I'd shit me hand and throw it at them. Gunny, thank you very much for the £2 super chat. We had Dunblane and changed the law. Yeah, Dunblane in what? 1995 was Dunblane or 6?
95, I think. Yeah, just before Blair, wasn't it? Yeah, I mean, it's disastrous over there, I think, at the moment.
Yes.
I met a lot of Americans in Spain, because there are a lot of Americans in Spain. And we met a couple in the bar on New Year's Eve. Really lovely couple of people. And they introduced themselves as, hi, we're from America and we're really sorry. And I said, that kind of used to be our job. So it's fine. We're now officially the Greeks, basically, to the Americans, Romans. It's fine. But a huge number of Americans moving to Spain at the moment. And Mexicans.
I don't blame
seeing it as a safer place.
Why is Scott empty chair? He's just left an empty chair at the bottom of the screen. This is
maybe it's his brother.
Thing is, last time I got rid of him for doing this, right, I couldn't get him back on because I had to press remove, and if you press remove, you've got to give them permission to come. Stop video. Oh no, I'm going to get into so much trouble now. Oh no, I'm going to get angry text now. Going, you deleted me. You deleted. Anyway, yeah, I think we might hear him before we see him. He might have to turn his video back on. Anyway, so sorry, what were you saying about Americans moving out? Get out while you can.
A huge number of Americans moving, and Maria tells me a huge number moving into Mexico as well. Yeah. And one of the problems with that is that's exactly, Trump doesn't care about that because they're all Democrats moving out.
Yep.
And it's what happened with Hitler. All the good people left the country.
I know people who have left. And it just leaves the dickheads, the criminals, the pardoned criminals of Trump. But yeah, what's happened, to talk about what happened this week in Minnesota, is that guy who shot the woman in the car. He'd been giving up for that for the longest time because he knew he would get away with it no matter what he does. And this is the signal that's been given to all ICE officers now. It doesn't matter if you shoot a white woman, a white American citizen, a woman, a mother in a car who is sitting there and presenting no threat whatsoever. Nothing bad will happen to you. You will not be be arrested. You will not stand trial. You will not go to jail. And now everyone who works for ICE, who are these masked, evil motherfuckers, they can't wear the hood, so they wear masks. They're being the carte blanche now. They will go out and they will massacre Americans. So if I was in America right now, I would be absolutely leaving. You need to turn your camera on. Scott. We turned your camera off because we were sitting.
Yeah, I tried to, and it says it's disabled by the host.
Oh, for fuck's sake! This is what happened last time, isn't it? We're gonna have to.
And then I ended up getting chucked out
to your disembodied voice. Hang on, what can I do here to get Scott back on the?
You must be able to turn it back on.
I can turn it back on. I can do anything. There you go. Look at this. Look at this sexy shit. Yeah, look at that.
Why did you turn it off?
Because we're just looking at a chair. It was bad mise en scene. God, you never.
It's like the combination of Wayne's terrible audio and your empty chair.
Yeah, it was just a bit. It was just a bit sad. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit sad.
Down, all right, guys. My stomach's a little upset. I apologize.
Oh no, it's okay.
Man, I'm sorry.
Oh no, I feel bad for making you feel bad.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
I'll never do that again. Anyway, listen, we got some
Although-
super chats in. Go on.
Although, just to get Scott wound up about me again, I could say, "Oh, you got a little tummy ache, have you? Have you tried bowel cancer?"
You have a very good point.
Yeah. Smallest violin in the world.
Yeah. No,
Anyway, listen, we've got Toyota Corolla in the chat who has dropped a $10 in the chat. Hello from California. There's protests popping up all over the bay in front of federal buildings due to the fallout from Minneapolis. Orange Mussolini just threw the match into the tinderbox. Yeah. Well, at least he might forget
that's
about
what he
Greenland.
wants. Graham, this is what he wants.
Yes.
You know,
he wants to cancel midterms. So if
he
the
wins
country-
either way, doesn't he? Yeah. Sorry, Scott.
Yeah, go on.
Darian DeStar, thank you very much for the £20 super chat. To placate him, this is just another donation to buy Scott a second-hand computerized watch that will knock on him to the CIA. There you go. Thank you very much, Darian.
Yeah.
Dang.
Actually, the more you think about it, Scott, you don't really want an Apple Watch because you don't want America to be able to trace you at the moment.
Oh wow! Listen, we got a message here from Zoshalix, right? And it says
Is it more money for my watch?
no. It's just a message. It's not a super chat. I will say this: Graham was absolutely spot on in terms of the potential severity of the second Trump term. Hats off to you, Graham. Oh, do you know what that means? I was right. This doesn't happen very often.
Actually, it does happen quite often, Graham.
Right.
That's the problem.
We were having a good show until that.
Yeah, but no one takes me
message
seriously
came
because I got a silly accent. Ah, god damn it! If you had a sensible accent, like a West Country accent,
We were having a good
then people wouldn't fuck with
show.
me.
It would be far better if you just texted me your predictions and I'll just say them in my voice.
Okay,
and then everyone will
and then
believe
everyone
them.
believe
It's
it,
fine,
yes.
basically.
Well, look,
feel like
you know,
fucking
what was that
Cassandra.
guy's name?
What, Cassandra?
The guy that just left you the message?
Oh, it was Zoshalix.
Zoshalix.
Socialix, next time you want to suck Graham's cock, why don't you just send him a DM, all right?
Oh, Scott, you being a bitch this evening. There's so much love going round, and you're just being all like, meow, handbags at dawn.
Give me more money for my watch, and I'll be better.
To be fair, Andy F4292 makes the point of you can't say hats off to Graham because he never takes his hat off.
That is
Because it's glued to my head. I was on a boat. It was
not.
really windy, so I put some super glue, I put some Gorilla Glue around the outside. And put it
You
on my head.
did not.
It's stuck on my head.
Stop.
I have to shower in this in the morning and everything. That's why I had to get a detachable shower head, because otherwise I couldn't do my face. Anyway, World Cup is
I
going to
think
look
just go-
like all kinds of fans were banned. World Cup is going to be fucked.
yeah.
Who's going to go?
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Who's
it's gonna
going to
be
go to America now?
No one.
I mean, it was
But
already
to your point earlier, Scott, I think the real problem is that he's been trying to provoke riots in the streets,
Yes.
which gives him the excuse to go to Chicago and Los Angeles and New York and take over.
Sorry, we've
with
got breaking
ICE
news.
and-
Got
and
breaking
military.
news. Got breaking news.
Oh.
Wrexham have beat Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup. So Wrexham are through to the next round of the FA Cup. Now look, listen, right? If Wrexham win the FA Cup,
I swear to God, this is not the podcast I joined.
No, because Ryan Reynolds owns Wrexham, that guy from It's Always Sunny, right? So they'll make a movie about it. So what you want to do, if Wrexham do get to the final in Wembley, go to the final, and then you could be in a movie. Like Escape to Victory. Escape to Victory, Pele, Sylvester Stallone.
Escape to Victory, great film.
Is alive and well tonight.
I am old enough to have gone to the cinema to see Escape to Victory.
Oh, wow. You're so old. Jesus.
Massively good film.
Did you ride there on your
Brilliant
Triceratops?
No, but the guy that cranked the handle for the film thing, he was late. He was late that night. We had to watch it without sound.
Did you drive there using your feet? like a Flintstone.
Me and Wilma had a perfectly lovely night.
Did you have a gay old time?
We did have a gay old time.
Fantastic. We got George only. Thank you very much for the £2 super chat saying, and we haven't seen the worst yet. Are you talking about my jokes? Oh, you're talking about Trump. Sorry, you need to be serious.
Yeah.
You have not
Yeah.
seen the worst yet. Believe me.
Stay tuned for more Graham
However
jokes in
bad
part
you
two.
think
Stay tuned for more
You
great
know,
crap jokes.
No, I actually think who was it? Socialists that said this basically, Graham. You were spot on with this, and a lot of us last year doubted that it would be that serious. A lot of us said that the Supreme Court would try and keep a grip on it, or Congress would be able to do something, basically. And
or the Constitution.
And the thing I don't think any of us saw was Stephen Miller is actually running all of this. Yep. I don't think Trump. I think Trump gets. If you're Miller, you just sit there and you put swatches in front of him for the curtains for the ballroom, and you say this is the most important job to do all day today. And don't worry, I'm going to go and start a war and start shooting people in the fucking face, basically. Yep. And Trump's going, yeah, cool, great. Will we be on TV tonight? That's all he cares about.
No, he just wants to be in the news every single day. Everywhere in the world, you have to look at his stupid, gormless, ugly, stupid
constant.
Face. He's saying the US must own Greenland or China will. No, they won't, because then they'll have to go up against NATO, you fucking prick.
And he quietly threatened Mexico as well the other day, basically. And, I was talking with Maria about that she's going, I don't think they'll invade. And I'm going, just look at the map. And also I said, we all thought it was stupid that he renamed the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. But when you think about it, it makes perfect sense.
He's been attacking Mexico today.
He's put a claim on all the oil in that whole basin now. And Mexico is in the way. And if they're either going to have to comply, basically, as he tries to take over Venezuela. I think the only thing, and we've always said this, is that he is incompetent. He's really shit at this. So I don't know. What's the plan for running Venezuela? Yeah. At the moment, there's absolutely nothing appearing on the ground.
So he had a meeting today with oil execs for them to invest in Venezuela. Now, because I like predicting the future, this morning I said nothing will come of it because it's going to cost them too much money. They're going to be setting up in a country that is fundamentally unstable. Why would they? It's going to cost them billions to get everything back online because it's all fucked. And it'll bring down the price of oil because of supply and demand. And they have invested, these big oil companies, in the last 20 years, they have invested $500 billion in pipelines and pumps and infrastructure in Canada. And they need to be making, they need to be selling this oil at like $60 a barrel, or it isn't worth doing. So if they put loads more oil from Venezuela on the market, it'll bring down the price to $40 a gallon, and they'll be fucked. It makes no sense at all. These oil executives are like, yeah, whatever, Mr. Trump. Yeah, that's great that you've got Venezuela for you. Thanks, but no thanks, because it would fuck us. Maybe when all the oil's been taken out of the vast, pristine wildernesses of Canada, they might turn the attention to Venezuela, but that's 20 years down the line.
And then you've got Iran, looking like it's on the brink of change of some description. Although I'm slightly dubious about the fact that the crowd are out there calling for the Crown Prince to take over. You kind of go, come on, guys.
I can see why they're saying that, because they had the revolution in 1979 and they got rid of the Shah, right? And since then, everything's been even shitter than it was under the Shah. It's the same reason that when the Taliban took over the first time, they were welcomed into Kabul because people were just like, oh, good, it's over. So I understand it. That's why people voted for Brexit. What were the two options? It was change or keep things the same. And for a lot of people at the time, things were shit. We'd had the credit crunch, we'd had years of fucking austerity. People were like, why would I vote for the status quo? And that's why a lot of people voted for fucking Brexit. Change, woo, and you smash the place up.
Well, and it's also it's the thing about the Latin American response to the arrest of Maduro is that we got rid of that arsehole. That's good. And then this is Trump's problem. This is why he's so incompetent, because in his valedictory speech to say that we caught him, we nabbed him, and we now own Venezuela, he couldn't help himself but go off the script and say it's about oil. He said it in clear as day.
And all these people around him are trying to pull him back and go, no, it's about democracy. It's about the rule of law.
It's about the drugs.
It's about the drugs. The fentanyl.
Because the Latin Americans
jumped in
they're
the
really
corner
fucking.
It's oil.
Yeah. But the thing about the Venezuelans, just like the Mexicans, is they're really sick of these cartels, right? I mean, there genuinely is a massive drug industry, and they have too much control and too many weapons.
Fueled by Americans buying the drugs.
Absolutely. It's a supply and demand issue, basically.
In Panama, I never saw a native Panamanian taking drugs. It was always Americans across the board, or at least people from other countries. It was never the locals. They're not interested. It's not part of their culture.
Trump doesn't give a shit about the drug addicts. He's probably quite happy. Probably quite happy about the drug addicts. Yeah. I imagine now he's taking a cut from the cartels, basically.
He's taking the credit for the fentanyl addiction numbers, the overdoses for fentanyl going off a cliff, or opioids in general. And that started under Biden. That started in 2023, before Trump was, anywhere near being re-elected. And it started because of policies that Biden brought in, not Trump. But he's taking all the credit for it. He's like, we got rid of all these immigrants coming in. And that stopped all the drugs as well. And it's like, no. Captain Coconut, we will not get a Mexican wave at the World Cup. £2 super chat. Thank you. Captain Coconut. No, I don't think you're going to get a Mexican wave at the bloody World Cup. And then Vendetta says, it's going to be hilarious when Don Jr. gets sent to Venezuela and then gets kidnapped. They'll send Sylvester Stallone in to get him out. Who else is in the chat? But Paul said he's going to bomb the cartels soon, he said. Like you're saying, Mike, people in South America and Central America are sick. I'm sick and tired of these fucking cartels.
All of their governments are corrupt, and they're corrupted by drug money and cartels.
But it's America.
And
the guns they're using come from America, and the drugs they're selling go to America.
Yeah. I think I'll probably misquote it, but there's a Mexican phrase which is further away from God because we're closer to America. Culturally, they're having to cave into America already for most things. Basically, their culture's being consumed, and the drugs are the problem. And the drugs is, as you say, an American demand problem for the supply chains, and that ain't going to change.
No,
if you don't fix the demand, that's what he should be doing. He runs a country where he should be trying to fix the demand. I think there's a significant moment just achieved.
Yeah. Darian the Star, you absolute star, funding Dizzer's Confetti habit, and I can now happily announce that we have hit the target for tonight. And so I'm going to release the confetti in 3, 2, 1. Confetti! Woo! Yeah! We did it! Woo! 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 They put 50p in an idiot, and here I am. Thank you.
Look, I can give you a light show.
I love that light show, Mike. That was beautiful.
What's going on?
Hey, man.
I'm gonna have a disco at your place if I come round to you at the end of the month. We'll have to see if I'm coming to see you.
Disco.
Mate, we're gonna have some shiny disco balls in.
When you pay council tax in Brighton, they send you one of these, and you have to display it to prove that you've paid the council tax.
That is brilliant. I love your shiny balls.
Ally.
Yeah. Nothing better than a pair of shiny balls.
Also on my little shelf here, I have a place that you visited. Look.
Oh, look.
The Globe.
All of it.
Yeah, but hey, do you want to know a little secret?
Well,
I've never been to Greenland.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do
Scott, why are we hero worshipping this guy?
I'm not hero.
Ship didn't stop there.
I'm just trying to suck his cock. Eventually he'll let me.
My mum watches this, Scott. Can you tone it down,
that.
please? Objectifying me, bastard. Anyway, as I was saying, Greenland. Never been to Greenland. It's part of Denmark, isn't it? But I've been to the Faroe Islands a couple of times.
Why did you not go to Greenland?
I went all the way up to the Orkney Islands, to the very north. I went up to the very north of Scotland. I went up to the Muggle Fugger Lighthouse. It's like the northernest part of the British Isles. And I had a little tiny boat with oars. And I said, how long is it going to take me to get over to those next islands over there? And the Scottish fella next to me said, oh, it's a Faroe. Because of the Faroe Islands.
Very much like some of your Mexican jokes.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Thank you.
It's very good.
Cheers.
You should now David Williams is out of the children's book market. You should write a children's joke book, I think.
I should, with a joke for every
Graham,
nationality in the world.
every country you've ever visited,
A
you
joke
could do
about
a
each one.
do
No,
a racist
not a
joke
racist-
about all of them.
I'm sorry, but saying chicken fajitas is not a racist joke. It's just that it just happens that the Spanish word for heaters sounds a bit like the English term for heaters. I'm sure there are Spanish people making jokes about the Vauxhall Nova, because in Spanish, nova means doesn't go. Mike's just walked off. He's given up. He's given up. Andy hates the slow mode.
I went to a really lovely, I can't remember the name of the village basically, but went to a Spanish village up in the mountains, and there was an art fair there, and there was an artist from Barcelona who was just hilarious. His work, you probably can't see
Is
it.
it a chair with a teapot?
It is, and then the word underneath is ticiento,
Which means?
which basically means the way he writes it as well, it's tea. It looks like tea on a seat. Ciento is sit, but it actually means to hold you. I'll probably be corrected in WhatsApp in a moment.
Oh, that's lovely.
And then I got another one, which is a cafe solo.
Phil Nelson's got the right idea here. Sorry, what was that, Mike? I didn't hear that one.
It's cafe solo, and it's just a little sad cup of coffee.
And what does cafe solo mean?
It means a black coffee, really.
Oh, okay. But it's alone. It's alone.
Isn't that clever?
But it's a play on words. Is that racist, Mike? Is it?
No, I think that's clever and artistic, and what you're doing is verging on.
I tell you what, we had a fantastic idea from Phil Nelson.
Ticiento, I must correct because I've just been corrected. It means I feel you.
Oh. In my fingers, I feel you in my toes.
Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam.
Sorry, where was I? Around the world in 80
idea.
jokes. Come on, I can write that book. We can do Mike, you do the illustrations, okay? Around the world in 80 jokes. And you can just put a picture of someone from like a really sort of like a stereotypical person from that country done in that won't be racist at all.
It is really not a very bad idea. I'm sure we could find a way to do that.
Do it without being two white guys, two old white guys doing a book about black people.
It would actually be quite cool
Making
to collect
jokes.
what's the equivalent of why did the chicken cross the road in every culture?
Well, every culture's got jokes about a certain subsect of their country or their neighbouring country. Like Tongans make jokes about the Samoans and the Fijians, and Fijians make jokes about the Tongans and the Samoans, and it goes around. Those three countries just make jokes about each other.
Yeah,
that's gone on for a long time.
The Mexicans definitely make jokes about the Spanish in the same way that the Americans make jokes about us.
Yeah.
Or Canadians.
Elle says, I like Trump personally. He's worked hard to get where he is. You don't become number one without some serious tactical skills. I think Judge Trump is a very good snooker player.
Thank God for that.
I like that.
I was thinking, I
like
thought for a moment
joke,
all of our racist jokes were attracting the wrong audience.
Yeah, I was like,
no, L's solid. L's good. But yeah, Taylor Nova from the original movie Planet of the Apes. Yeah, Charlton Heston. You damn dirty ape. I'm proud of the people with Graham Price has been a member of this channel, a superstar no less, for 25 months. A member of the best politics channel. Wow. Which channel is that?
Congratulations.
Oh my God, that's ours. That's our channel. That's ours. You know you can always win points off me for flattery. Anyway, so what else has happened in the plan this week? In the news?
Well, just on America being arseholes, they stole another tanker in the Atlantic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Audacious.
And guess who helped them?
The British.
It was us. Yeah.
I'm quite happy about this. I'm not happy about them going in and taking Maduro because I'm glad to see the back of Maduro, but it sets a dangerous precedent. So I don't like that. But this was a Russian flagged vessel going to Russia.
That's true.
And supplying the Ukraine, the war in Ukraine's, the war effort to kill Ukrainians. So fuck them. Do it more. The shadow fleet of the Russians, essentially. It's Russia, Venezuela, Iran, which looks like it's on its fucking last legs at the moment. Or at least the regime there looks like it's on its last legs. Talking of being on the last legs, hello Wayne, how you doing, mate?
The most dramatic fucking trauma
Oh no.
from the last time I speak to you. So I've just seen a dead body, and
What?
yeah.
Wayne,
So
did-
when I
What
so
the
so
fuck?
when I departed Jews,
Yeah.
I got collared by a geezer. He said, "Have you seen a girl like smoking a zoo in a black coat?" I went, "Nah, bruv, I'm literally just streaming with my pals. What are you talking about?" And he went, "Oh, yeah, there's a guy he's dead round here." And there was like an ambulance crew. He's walked me round there, and there's like a dead body on the floor, and they're
Oh,
like
that'll fuck me up.
resuscitating this geezer. And I'm like, mate, I'm just walking to work. What is this? Why are you dragging me into this? So yeah, that
Jeez,
was
man.
No, I'm sorry,
was
Wayne.
Disturbing,
You all right?
Wayne. Are you all right,
yeah,
mate?
no,
Yeah, it's not
proper
nice.
jarred me.
Yeah.
So,
I
like,
bet.
Why was someone like, oh, come and see this? What the fuck?
People are
No, he
Well,
was
is,
like saying to me, "Oh, do you know the people like round here?" I went, "Yeah, well, my missus lives round here." And he's like, "Oh, do you know these people?" I went, "No." And then like he's like the paramedics have got the door open, and
Yeah.
there's this geezer in his like black boxers being resuscitated on the floor, and I'm like, I shouldn't be seeing this. Like, I've literally just got
Fuck.
off a stream. I'm trying to go to work.
Jesus Christ, Wayne, that's fucking grim.
That's really
Yeah,
grim.
I was like, I don't need this.
Jeez,
No.
Are
man.
you going to be all right to do the rounds tonight?
Oh no, mate, I'll be fine. It's just like probably just from one extreme to another. Like you telling me about my bad audio, and then I'm
Jesus.
seeing a
And you,
dead person.
yeah.
That's like, wow, no,
I'm sorry, man.
no, it's just, yeah, it's one of them things, man. But I need to hop in here to get a bit of sense of normality.
Yeah.
And talk about like, world politics and shit.
I love that you think that coming on here is going to give you a sense of normality, mate, because I think we're going to have a bit of a rude awakening in a minute. We've been talking about AIDS for the last 2 hours.
I'm just glad to be here for Scott sort of like nominating a bum everyone into next week, and
Yeah.
Graham having the
Audacity.
the absolute shocking revelation that you've never been to blooming Greenland.
Yes. Shocking.
You're a
I've
charlatan.
never been to Antarctica
charlatan,
either. Or
mate.
French Guiana. Or Guadeloupe.
Can I
Or Anguilla.
can I get my
Right.
money back on the book?
Curacao. Bonaire.
Can we all call the Guinness
Guinness Book
people?
of Records. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Never been the
I've got-
Caymans. Never been to Turks and Caicos. Never been to French Polynesia. Haven't
Hello,
been
is
to
that-
Niue.
I bet
Is
you've
that-
never even
the
been
Cook
to
Islands?
Canvey Island.
Is that
Have you been to
Norris
Canvey Island?
Haven't
McWhirter?
been to Mayotte.
I've got Norris
All
McWhirter and
territories.
Roy Castle on the phone.
Not been
but
to St. Helena. Not been to the Falkland Islands. Not been to the Ascension Islands. Not been to
Do you know
Tristan
what,
da
Graham?
Cunha.
I don't even know who you are anymore.
I was
It
going to do
turns
another
out-
show called The Ones That Got Away. And I was going to travel to all the places that I didn't go to on the Odyssey. Which,
You, sir,
looking
are
back,
a
I should have done.
facade.
I'm a what?
A facade.
No, I said I'd go to every country. These places are territories owned by other countries.
there are people in the chat who are in shock now, not because Wayne's seen a dead body, but because our hero, who told us he'd travelled around the world,
To every
Say
country.
hero.
skipped out at least half of it by
No,
the
I did
sounds of it.
not.
I mean,
just a
it's
few specks in the Pacific
Wow.
Ocean.
Yeah.
I've never been to Hawaii, but it's part of America. Who cares? But I have
Didn't get
been
a
to
shirt.
American
Oh my
Samoa
God.
and
Oh,
Puerto
no.
Rico and Guam and the Northern Mariana Islands.
Graham, just stop, mate. Just
What?
stop.
Stop.
What?
You're
Take
embarrassing
the
What
shovel
yourself.
is
out
your
of your
major
hand.
malfunction?
Did you go to the Falklands?
No, never been to the Falklands.
Oh,
Never been to
God.
Stanley.
Oh, do you know what? With Graham's logic, I've been to the Falklands.
Not
It was a
been
British territory.
not been to the Pitcairn Islands either. I would like to. That'd be quite fun. You can only get there on a boat.
Have you been to Montserrat?
Not been to Henderson Island, and I've not been to Montserrat. I went past it on a boat and I
you see,
waved.
it's
I
all bollocks.
waved. I went, "Hello, Montserrat." It was on the horizon. I just
Wow.
waved on the way to Antigua, which is an actual country with a seat on the UN.
Can we all note this down on this date?
It
Graham
took me
outed
4
himself.
years to go to 200 bloody countries. I was going to tag
Fucking
another 200
fraud.
territories on the end of that. I'll still be traveling now.
Wayne, is it too late for us to get on Michael Palin's podcast instead? What do you think?
I think we should.
Does Michael Palin have a podcast?
I
Is
don't
it
know, but
called
we should
Palin's
encourage him
Pod?
to start.
Do you know
one.
what? I'm gonna look
It's
through
called-
my Rolodex.
it's
I'm gonna
called
look through my
Michael-
Rolodex and find Dickie Attenborough's number and
Yeah.
get him to pass comment.
Let's get in touch with Goalhanger. Let's get in touch with our mate Gary, right? And start a podcast called The Rest is Travel.
Talking of which, though, let's do podcasts for a minute. Have you seen that Netflix has moved into podcasts?
Yes,
this year?
and also there's a category for best podcast in the Golden Globes this year.
I think that might be an interesting. I was thinking about it this morning while I was
This
watching
is
a story
technically a
about it,
podcast.
and I thought we should
we
absolutely.
fucked it.
Well,
now 'cause
no,
we've become
one-
a fraudulent podcast.
Why?
Yeah, I mean there is
Fraudulent.
that issue. There is that because Scott's not actually gay.
Yeah,
Graham's
it's true.
not actually visited all the
You don't
countries
actually
in the
have
world.
cancer. You're
Yeah,
just
found me out.
attention seeking, Mike.
I've never had cancer,
Yeah.
and Wayne is just wearing blackface, basically.
Oh my
and the whole
god!
thing.
This is full
Pulls
blown
his mask
Kiwi
off.
boot polish.
I'm actually Benjamin Netanyahu. And I would have got away with it too. Was it for you pesky kids? We're all for it. No, but the thing is, we're not AI, and this is why I think that this format can survive the tyranny of AI, because I don't think that AI can do this in a way that will be, people will get into.
I watched The Rest is Entertainment talking about it, basically, and it is literally now it's recognizably the cheapest form of television. It's become. The podcasts are now recognized as being sort of 70% of viewers are watching them on YouTube and on video on Spotify, and that's why Netflix are moving into it. And they're pumping a lot of money in. You know, we should be knocking on somebody's door at some point.
Why don't we do a travel podcast called The Rest is Acapulco? Come on, that's a great name for a show. I'd watch that.
No,
what
we're not doing anything
about
to do
the
with travel? No,
We will
Graham,
go
sorry.
loco.
can't.
No, me. I'm not talking about you. Why would I ask you about
you're
travel?
a fraud. You're a fraud,
You've never
mate.
been anywhere. You've never been outside of Essex. You haven't.
Up until half an hour ago, we'd have had the credibility to pitch that show, but I'm afraid there's no video evidence.
This Guinness World Record certificate here.
Yeah. It seems to be. I noticed that you keep it so far back so that we can't read all the small print.
That's very true. It's actually someone else's.
I want to say Graham does Jaywick.
It's actually the award for the world's dangliest bollocks, and it's actually been given to AIDS Dad. And the only reason why it's so far away from the camera is because if you can read what AIDS Dad's name is, you might be able to track him down because he is somewhat of a celebrity.
He is quite famous.
All right,
He's a
guys.
very
No, his
famous
bollocks are a celebrity.
I'm actually feeling a little tired. I'm gonna
Oh
trip
no,
off.
Scott, have we made you sad? Sorry, we're trying to cheer
No,
you
no,
up.
no, I'm not sad.
No, I
I'm
think
just- am
I actually-
tired. I've been out all day drinking, actually.
Hey!
Scott's
That's the way to
poorly.
do it.
Yeah.
All right, mate. Well,
All
thank
right,
you for
man.
coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you guys for
We're talking a
having
little
me
bit
as
of
well.
politics.
Yeah,
We love you, man.
I'm being charitable
I love
about
you too.
at least one of my jokes. Thank you.
yeah, no.
One of my jokes
one of them
broke
was
through.
funny. And I love
Scott,
you, Wayne. I'll
always
see
a
you
pleasure.
soon.
Always a pleasure.
All right, then.
Bye.
All right, guys. Good night.
Good night. We love
See you,
you.
Scott.
Bye.
Love you, man.
You too.
Bye. Okay, and then
George only has
Yes.
given us £5. I've seen plenty of dead people in my time. It's weird, and yet it's life. Of course, if you're not accustomed to it, then you'll be haunted by it for a day or two.
No, mate, I'm telling you, it was a grim sight.
Yeah,
It's
not
just
good.
like George says, I am going to be haunted by that site for a little while.
Yeah, I think it might be a bit more than a day or two if it was me.
Mm.
It has been actually because I've seen some dead bodies and it's a bit grim. It's a bit fucking grim.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Like your reputation.
It is, yeah. It's shot to pieces now that I've shown that I didn't go
This
to
is-
every territory. I went to
Out of
17 territories, though. That I didn't need to go to.
Wayne,
Lots
this
of
is
lots of
actually the real book that he meant to write. I've
Yeah.
seen some dead bodies. 195, actually. One in every country I visited.
Because I made them dead.
It's not a coincidence.
Yeah. Serial
Do
killer.
you basically, are you outing yourself as like the travel Dexter?
Yeah,
The
basically travel Dexter, yeah. The problem is, right, and here's the thing.
Hang on. This is a Netflix TV series to pitch, Graham.
No, but it wouldn't work. It wouldn't,
A,
because
serial killer that visits every country in the world trying to get a Guinness Book of Records as his cover story.
I
basically.
see. But you'd have to kill a local in every country, and it could get a bit racist. Because the thing is this, right? If people die in this country, if they're from Britain and they die in this country, barely news, right? If someone from Britain dies in someone else's country, front page news. No matter how it happens,
that's
or
true.
what, if you die in someone else's country, oh my God, this person had a heart attack on holiday in Greece, and everyone's like, oh, in Greece, oh my God, when I go to Greece, it's so dangerous.
Mike, I think you've got an angle here, and I think Graham outing himself right now, is kind of proving a thing.
Oh, sorry. You're talking about being a serial killer. Sorry.
So Graham is a serial killer that's not quite visited every country and has had to relocate to Durham because the people of Liverpool know who he is.
I'm glad there's no phone system or internet system between here and Liverpool for anyone to dob me in. Considering I'm on the internet every day.
I've still got fax
with my
machines.
Actual name, although my actual name isn't Graham Super Happy Fun Time. I shouldn't put a different name in there. But anyway,
I mean, there's a bit of a lame way to try and cover your tracks. If you're going to be a
serial killer, you can't have a Wikipedia page. It's just one of those rules. Unless it's a serial, unless you've been caught and then you make a serial about your crimes. Oh no, what's happened? Wayne's had an inspection. Fucking ICE have turned up. What are you doing?
No, I've basically got my phone in my sun visor of my van.
All right, I'm glad you're wearing pants. That's all I can say.
Well, it's a bit chilly down here in Essex. That's what we do.
Durham has sanctuary, says Billy Kershaw. Yeah, that would be a better movie. You used to have a movie set in the Middle Ages, and it's a woman running up the hill to the magnificent medieval cathedral at the top of the hill here in Durham, and she's covered in blood and half naked. And she knocks on the sanctuary knocker door of the cathedral, and it's given sanctuary for like I don't know 80
but we
days.
We don't know for what.
Yes,
until the end of the series, basically.
No, she's got to prove. She's got to prove her innocence.
Always here in chat.
She's got to prove her innocence.
Did you know the Church of England has its own police force, internal police force?
What? I mean, what?
Yeah, it's got some weird name, like the Corpus Christi cops or something like that, but they've got detectives. So when they get a paedophile case or a murder or whatever, and they happen within the church, basically, the first people that investigate them are their own internal police force.
Isn't that like
and I think, and I've always thought there is a Sunday afternoon ITV TV series to make about one of those cops, basically.
I don't think it's going to be in the afternoon if it's to do with the Church of England, because it's all going to be child abuse.
It is all going to be paedophile stories.
Which is like the
37 days.
Military police, yeah.
She's got 37 days to prove her innocence.
It's good.
I don't know, that's just a great little setup for a show,
Why is she
What's she done?
And now this podcast has turned into the Alan Partridge pitch meeting podcast.
Monkey tennis. You've hostling. You've hostling with Chris Eubank.
I introduced my missus to Alan Partridge the other week, and I picked the best one when he's talking about the rivalry of agricultural farmers. And he's like, "Well, you're pumping your pigs full of shit," and it just went on.
Yeah. Who was playing the farmer? It was Chris. What's his name from Day to Day, wasn't it?
Chris Morris.
Yes.
And they
Chris
drop a cow
Morris.
on him.
Yeah. Oh, it was fucking hell. And he eventually left, and he just kept talking.
You don't fuck with the farmers, as Keir Starmer's just found out. Oh, Mike, can we do a bit of housekeeping, please?
What's that? Strats US.
Yeah. Strats are us.
Strats US is Strats are us.
Thank you very much.
Kindly donated £10 to Graham's bail fund.
Yeah.
By saying, "What's the name of the book again, Graham?"
It's called
Broad.
It's called The Great Brexit Cookbook, which is a great present for getting for. Where's Mike's book? Shit, I've lost your book. Oh, hang on, it's under this copy of.
No, can we talk about Graham's book? Can we talk about Graham's book and his fraud, please?
What are you talking about?
Do you mean this one, Wayne? You mean this one?
Yeah.
Ah, that's the book.
Oh, Man of the
Beautiful book.
World.
Yeah.
Man
but
of-
whose world?
There you go.
Yeah, but if you
buy
look-
this, buy this book. Links
There
in the
are
description.
actually-
Links in the description.
When I got home, I discovered I still have 15 copies of it left, basically, in a spare box. So, thank you,
Ooh.
Graham, for that. But it actually says in the small print here, "Man of quite a bit of the world," under there, basically.
Yeah.
Not all of it. And then in the back, there's a whole
if you
section
look
that just
right underneath, there's a little
explains in very
asterisk.
small print. Look, all the.
What's it
all
say at the top?
places
What's it say at the top?
he didn't
One
actually
man,
go.
every country, no flights. Did I go to every country? Yes, I did. Is Montserrat a country? No, it's not. It's a territory.
But
Overseas
in the back, it's
department
got maps of all the places you didn't go. Look, there's
Wow.
page after page after page.
I drew all those
I
maps, you know.
can't believe Graham's doing down the land of my parents.
If you look inside the book, you've got these little things that give you information about where I've been. So there's at Croatia, and it gives you a little interesting thing.
Did you
like
draw all of
Croatia,
those?
neckties originated in Croatia, hence the cravat. Yeah, I did all I designed the cover and did all
Has
that.
this turned into a fucking infomercial?
Yeah, it fucking has, Wayne. It fucking has. And here you go. I'm going to give you a little bit of a. I'm going to give you a little tiny bit of a. What's it called? I'm going to have a little
reading.
bit of an Easter egg here, right? So I've got Malta and
Please don't be from
Tunisia.
Easter Island.
Malta and Tunisia, right? Now Malta's card is on the. It's on the left side of the page, but the Tunisia card is on the right side of the page. And that's consistent all the way through, depending on what.
And there are people falling out of comas right now.
Anybody know? Anybody know what that is consistent upon?
Is it the politics or
No.
Right, I swear I'm gonna do a quiz between
There's-
you and Mike.
Namibia is on the left
I don't
side of the
care.
page.
No,
Well,
I
why?
don't care.
Okay, come on. No, I am now fascinated.
However,
Why?
Angola is on the right side of the page.
Oh.
Can anyone guess what separates Angola from Namibia?
Walter.
No, they've got a land border. You would know that if you had been there.
You've turned into that man.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, I have.
Douglas fucking Douglas Murray. You've turned into Douglas Murray.
Who the fuck is Douglas Murray? What? John
You've not
C
been there.
has
You've
got
not-
it.
You've not got an opinion.
John C in the chat has got it. Said driving, and then blah blah CW side of the road. Yeah. If it's a country that drives on the left, the info cards are on the left, and if it's a country that drives on the right, the info cards are on the right.
That's such a lovely thing to discover about the book, and such an unnecessary amount of hassle you caused yourself, basically.
Yes, yes, I did. I've
From a
got
page layout point of
gentlemen,
view, you're going,
gentlemen,
oh God,
I do
I've got a
actually have to
rule.
go.
I've
now."
actually got to reset this book. So I was going to do this when I wrote the sequel, but I've got to make the text on each page a bit smaller, and then it will make the margins bigger around the edges. The margin at the top.
Will the sequel have accurate titling? As in,
Yes.
I've not
It's
really
called
been to
Top
every country
of the
in the
World, and I cross
but-
over the Himalayas, although I don't actually climb Everest because I didn't
No,
need to.
no, of course you don't. Of course you don't. No.
But
And the
guys,
last one's called
I
End of the
do
World, and the
actually have
world
to go
doesn't
and do my
actually
job.
end.
I've got to do
Well,
my job.
there's still time.
All right, Wayne, we're not keeping you. Go on then. Fuck off.
Deliver the milk to the
Yeah.
people of Basildon.
Go throw
Wayne.
some milk bottles at people's houses. Where's
I'm
your milk,
not
you
like
fuckers?
scousers.
Buddy, be careful with your thoughts.
Yeah.
Tonight, yeah.
No, I
And don't
appreciate
slip
it.
on the
Right.
ice.
There ain't no ice down here.
Is there not no ice? I thought you had the weather bomb.
No, we fuck them up. We don't tolerate ice down here.
All right, good. I'm glad you fuck them up. I'm glad to hear that, Wayne.
All right, gentlemen, love you.
Love you too, mate.
Love you all. I'll see you in a bit. Bye.
See ya. Good luck.
Bye.
Cheers, man.
Bye.
Bye. Ice, ice, baby. Right, so
It's-
Wayne had a good idea. He said he should get the local police to arrest Jonathan Ross. Not Jonathan Ross off the telly.
Yeah.
Jonathan Ross is the murderer. Because then put him on trial, and Trump can't pardon someone for a state crime. It's only a federal crime.
It strikes me because Tim Walz has said that he's not going to stand at the next election.
Yes.
because I think a lot of this has been about putting pressure on him, and that is just going to boil down to, like, the simplest answer with Trump is always his ego, isn't it? It's like somebody was saying in the chat today. I haven't seen a verified version of this story, but the woman that won the Nobel Prize from Venezuela has offered to give it to Trump, and he's offered to accept it. Right, and you just know that attack was more than likely just because of that. Basically, there's not really any more depth to it. The oil companies might have said, yeah, if you get Venezuela, that would be great. And he's just sitting there going, I need reasons to avoid the Epstein story, and I want to get back at that woman for winning the Nobel Prize that I deserved, basically. Well, and you just know that's probably the reason.
I'll come back to this in a moment, but first of all, Miss Paula Thomas, thank you very much for the £5 super chat. That's very kind of you. There used to be a general defence in English law, benefit of the clergy, where a cleric could get away with anything. It was abolished in 1827. Bloody hell. That's kind of crazy. But thank you for the super chat, Miss Paula Thomas. Could it be argued that there are certain people in the American military who know what Trump is like and have been wanting to do something like this, like get rid of Maduro and flex their muscles in these countries and show that they mean business to Colombia and to Panama and to Mexico? And also they wanted a way of cocking a snook at old matey, what's his name, Vladimir Putin in the Kremlin, taking out one of his beddies and saying, we're just going to fucking take this guy out. They presented this to Trump, and because they know they need to feed his ego, say, the woman from Colombia, she got your peace prize, and it should have gone to you. So if you do this, she'll give you a peace prize. And he's gone, oh, that sounds great. Yeah. And there'll be oil there, Donny. Oil. You like oil, don't you, Donny? And he's gone, I love oil because I'm a woman. And they've gone.
I think you're right, but I don't think it's the military. I think it's Rubio.
No,
Rubio's got it. He's been obsessed about Cuba, right?
Yeah, he is obsessed with Cuba.
So I think this is stage one of the Cuba thing. There are 30,000 Cubans employed by the Venezuelan oil industry.
Yes.
Right? The Venezuelan oil is
a lot of the people who died in the raid were from Cuba.
So a lot of what's been propping up their economy since the USSR couldn't support them completely was Venezuelan oil, which is why the Russians and the Chinese were involved in the Venezuelan oil business. This is a way of cutting off funding to Cuba first, from Rubio's point of view. And an invasion of Cuba is even more likely than an invasion of Venezuela, because they've already tried it twice, and they might have learned their lesson, basically. You don't know. And Cuba, again, I've only got one voice to inform me from Latin America, but it opened my eyes to the idea that Cuba would probably just welcome America with open arms. Not the politicians, but the people are sick to death of operating under those conditions, basically. I don't know. But if you look at Rubio's determination on this and his seriousness on the whole thing, it's not the kind of plan that Trump is going to put together. It's not a Trump initiative. It has to have come from somewhere else. And you could be right. I think it's probably some hawks in the military and Rubio. Rubio politically is the one that's backing this plan because it's a way to get to Cuba, basically.
But maybe they sold it to Rubio as a way to put Cuba on notice.
Could be.
So they've come up with this plan because ultimately the person who loses out most in all this is Vladimir Putin. He's lost an important asset in the Western Hemisphere. He's lost an important source of his oil that he's using to, sell oil via Venezuela or whatever the fuck he's doing to keep his war efforts alive. I don't know. When you think of someone as manipulable as Trump, you just flatter the fucker and he'll do anything for you. So I could see them saying, we can do this amazing operation. It'll go like clockwork. You know that picture of Obama where he was there at the Situation Room and when they killed Osama bin Laden?
We can do one of you.
And it'll be
you'll look really fat and tired.
Yeah, it'll be in Mar-a-Lago. We'll just put some black curtains up in the ballroom in Mar-a-Lago, and we'll have a big fucking emoji on the screen, a big laughing emoji on the screen, because we just have Venezuela. We'll just type in the word Venezuela as a prompt a search into Twitter, which is what happened. This is what happened. I'm not even making this up. This is kind of crazy, but that's fucking what happened. Hasn't Cuba got Russian nukes, says No, that was what the Cuban Missile Crisis was about. They were trying to put nukes in Cuba in response to the American authorities putting nukes in Turkey, I think, back in 1962.
It was Turkey.
Those, was it 10 Days? There was a movie with Kevin Costner in it.
Yeah.
That was good. It was a good movie. Can't remember anything about it. Except there wasn't a nuclear holocaust, I don't think. I don't know.
The one thing, I mean,
don't spoil
without
the
an awful lot, there wasn't. It's fine.
Okay. Spoilers.
No, the one thing I'd say, probably controversially, is that the American armed forces are pretty undefendable, aren't they? I mean, like, it wasn't a bad military operation at all. I was watching something the other day that said, in a way, it was too successful, just too successful, because it was all over really quick and there's no chaos in Venezuela as a result, which is kind of what Trump.
Do you think he wanted that chaos though? Because if it's been sold to him as like, we can get the oil people on board and they'll go and you'll have loads of money.
Yeah, no, I think that's what he thinks. But it's like you say, the oil companies are kind of. I mean, if you got to replace the 30,000 Cubans and God knows how many Russians are working in the oil industry in Venezuela, you can't keep them working there. Surely that doesn't make any sense. Where are they even going to get the manpower from to do this?
The Dragon's Marine says Venezuela feeds many different monsters, a perfect storm of convenience. Yeah, but I mean, it's not a regime change. His deputies stood in and been sworn in as president, and I don't think much is going to change.
And it looks like there's a power battle between the Home Secretary and the Defense Minister now. They're building their sides. Yeah, but it's like all these things. We kind of know the playbook on this, don't we? Like they've all cut deals internally. Trump has already threatened the deputy president when she said Venezuela won't tolerate American troops on the ground, and he said, "Well, she better watch her back. We'll come and get her next." Basically, so whoever has got the American military on their side, in Venezuela, they're the one that's going to win. And my guess is that's the Venezuelan military. They seem to have put their hands up and said, hey, we're not going to fight this. And I can only guess that an operation like that, you'd have had some inside track via the CIA with the Venezuelan military to say, are you going to shoot back?
Yeah.
You know, and they're on the phone going, he's actually in the bathroom, go quick, basically. It had to be something like that. There had to be inside people there. Basically.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They worked with people inside the Maduro administration to get rid of him. But you know, Maduro is a very, very divisive character in Venezuela. He's the equivalent to Trump, and so there are people in Venezuela who fucking hate him. And over 1 million people have left Venezuela because of Maduro and Chavez before him. And when I was in Cuba, when I was in Venezuela, there was two brothers. One of them was all for Chavez at the time, because he's still alive, and the other one fucking hated Chavez. And it was just, I guess it was a schism like Trump or like Brexit or something like that. But it just shows what it turns into. The only good thing about Trump is he's fucking 80 years old. That is the only good thing about that motherfucker. He's fucking old.
I know, and we say this all the time, right? But JD Vance's speech this week about the shooting, to me reveals that in a way you kind of want Trump to last the course to the end of to an election. You kind of want to get to a general election, because if Vance gets 2 years running the country, then we're fucked, because that guy will do anything to retain power. Basically, he doesn't care. I mean, everything he said in that speech is Trump sticks to the same line all the time. It's about Trump. Everything is about Trump, and he's honest about it. You know, at the very least, you can say he's honest about things, because he's so stupid and shallow, basically. But JD Vance is just like, 4 years ago, he would have been opposed to what we just did.
Yes,
completely.
He's quite mercurial. He blows with the breeze. But a lot of them do. A lot of these Trump people who've said in the past that Trump is Hitler, and then they've gone, oh no, actually, by Hitler I meant Schmittler, who was some guy I used to know. He was a great guy. He used to sell used cars.
Those are the two, the two that are probably competing for the White House after Trump, Rubio and JD Vance. I think they're the two playing the game with Tucker Carlson on the outside on a ticket with Marjorie Taylor Greene. If you want my prediction, Tucker and Marjorie will have a go at running for the next election.
Marjorie Taylor
2020.
Greene. I don't know. I think she's
she's
done her
good.
dash.
She's positioning herself as being the sort of flame holder for MAGA.
Yeah.
And I think with a white Tucker boy, basically, unless it's revealed that he is actually gay, then which I think he's gearing himself up for at the moment.
We have Diz saying he's an opportunist. He absolutely is. I mean, this is a guy who he wrote a book called Hillbilly Elegy or something, didn't he?
Yeah,
And he was born in fucking Ohio. Like, what the fuck? You're not a hillbilly, mate. You're born in fucking Ohio. You went to Yale University. What the fuck are you on about? You know, it's like Jacob Rees-Mogg writing a book about growing up in fucking brutal. Okay, mate, if you say so.
And he was mentored by Peter Thiel. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Mentored and paid for by Peter Thiel.
Peter Thiel, one of the most evil people in the fucking world. One of the founders of GB News.
Yeah,
Chris C says, word of the day is catastrophe. It's a situation where any and anything can go wrong and usually traced back to an arsehole, which is Trump, I guess. Two scientists in a pub, says Pete's Music. One says, I built a time machine, went back to 1939 and killed Hitler. And the other scientist says, who?
Yep.
Yeah. Captain Coconut says, we will know if it's Denmark. We will know it's on if Denmark send over thousands of drones for the special Greenland celebration aerial display. They will not return after the show. Well, look, I would be surprised if he went in all guns blazing at this point. I think what is more likely is that Trump is going to offer every single person in Greenland $1 million.
Well, he's offered $10,000.
I think he's going to offer them $1 million. And they'll
say,
$1 million. Yeah, $1 million each if you become part of America. And they'll go, all right. And it'll cost $60 billion, but that's going to be a lot less than it would cost to invade Greenland.
And break up NATO and all the other costs that are associated with it.
And it's not his money anyway, so the man don't give a fuck. Trump
and do
is
you know
not
what
a
Keir
businessman.
Starmer will say?
He's a child playing with his daddy's money.
Do you know what Keir Starmer will do when that happens? They say, well, we haven't got all the data, and once we've got all the information, we'll make a decision. Yeah. No, I'm disappointed, obviously, as we always are. But then Phil constantly in our chat is telling us that, what would you do?
Well, that's why I did a whole fucking, what's it called? The thing I do on Sundays, Sunday sermon. I did a whole Sunday sermon about how he's fucked. Like, and all of the other European leaders basically said the same thing as Starmer because they're all over a barrel. Trump can fuck our economy, and he can actually starve children in this country to death if he wants to.
Yeah, but the Spanish Prime Minister actually was the only one. The Spanish Prime Minister was the only one that stood out and said, no, this is fucking wrong. It's against the law.
Yeah, because they're not as reliant on the US, and they've got closer ties with China
and Venezuela and Mexico and surrounding countries. Yeah,
Diz says there's a US base on Greenland, so he doesn't need to invade. Yeah, it's very true. They'll just take down the Danish flag, and they go right. It's
this board. I have a cartoon. Did we mention my book? Oh,
your book.
Your book? I haven't actually got a copy of my book anyway.
Oh no! Do you want me to hold your book up for you?
Yeah, there's a cartoon in there of Trump and Putin, and it's based on a Gilray cartoon from the early 1800s.
Of them carving up the planet.
It's called The Plum Pudding.
Yeah.
And it's about them, just deciding which hemispheres you're going to protect. Exactly. There you go. And it's based on the older cartoon below it, basically, which was just history's just repeating itself. I think we've lived since the Second World War, we've lived in a period of remarkable peace when it comes to and stability when it comes to the world order.
But it's always been an illusion. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you think about, okay, so we've got this rules-based order. We've got this international code. We've got this international law. Well, look, America and Russia and China are not signed up to the International Criminal Court. So no
No.
leaders for those countries are ever going to get done for anything. And they routinely flout international law as much as they can, as much as they can get away with it. Obviously, we've seen this with Russia interfering in our democracy here, invading Georgia, invading Ukraine. They flout these laws. They flout these rules. And other countries do as well. And last year, or the year before now, Venezuela had a fucking public vote, a referendum to invade their neighbor Guyana to steal all of their oil.
Yeah.
So as it ever? I mean, you think about America's intervention in Vietnam. What the fuck did America have to do with Vietnam? Can someone explain this to me? It was French Indochina. I can understand the French, maybe sacrificing all those soldiers in the jungle for some reason, but America? What did America have to do with it?
Yeah.
Nothing. And then
also,
they get attacked
France
on 9/11.
wasn't
They go
even-
into fucking Iraq. Nothing to do with it.
France wasn't part of NATO at the time of Vietnam, was it?
Yeah, it would have been.
Was it? No,
Yeah, I
because
think
there was
they-
a period where France pulled out of NATO altogether.
Oh,
That's
was
why they
there?
started
Was that
building their
when-
own nuclear weapons.
And
One
that's
of
why.
the things that is reasonably impressive about the French is that they went, actually, we don't trust the Americans,
Yeah.
so we're going to build our own nuclear weapons. Because our big problem is we've got our own nuclear weapons, but we can't fire them.
I think we can
We need-
fire them. It's just maintenance.
We
and
kind of
upgrades.
need America's permission,
Yeah.
basically. It's, you know.
Um,
Whereas the French, they've got their own nuclear weapons. They're the only people
Mm.
in Europe that have, really, that are independent. Because if Trump washes his hands with Europe and hands it over to Putin, which is crazy,
mm,
it's old school politics because Putin can't afford to invade the whole of Europe, basically. He'll just run out of money by the time he gets to Belgium and we'll be fine.
Oh, this is really interesting. So France was one of the founding members of NATO. Thought it was. And it also hosted the first permanent headquarters in Paris in the 50s and 60s. In 1966,
Yeah.
France decided to withdraw from the alliance's integrated military command. That decision in no way undermined France's commitment to the alliance's collective defence. As General de Gaulle put it, the aim was to change the form of our alliance without changing its substance. Following the positive vote of the National Assembly, France officially announced its full participation in NATO military command structures at the Strasbourg-Kiel summit in April 2009?
2009. Yeah. And it was largely because de Gaulle didn't trust the Yanks, basically.
Yeah.
Because the command structure of NATO is that America's in charge, basically.
Yeah. And yeah. Bloody hell. Do you know when Mauritania abolished slavery?
Not vividly, I don't know. But when
Well, it was
that?
officially abolished in 1981. But it wasn't until they didn't make any laws criminalizing slavery until 2007. And the actual proper anti-slavery laws that kicked in that were, you know, a bit forceful, 2015. 2015. Slavery in Mauritania.
I saw some. I don't retain information as well as you, but I saw a TikTok video the other day of when women were given the right to vote in certain countries, and some of it you just go, hang on a minute.
Yeah, Switzerland. Switzerland was like
12 years
1971.
ago or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like ridiculous periods of time that you go, what, seriously?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think that's the thing. We've been progressing all this time and we got a bit complacent. And now it only takes a Trump who comes in and just blatantly breaks all of the bounds. Somebody said to me on the plane on the way back the other day, but don't you think that at least Trump gets things done?
Yes.
And I had to say, I
yeah.
do. And I just wish there was a more progressive,
Yeah.
you know, left-leaning Democrat that would come in and say, hey, I've got all this power.
Yeah.
I'm going to use
use
it and
it.
do something, basically.
It's
you
the
know.
most frustrating thing at the moment with Labour not doing the stuff they can do with their 150 seat majority that they will never get again. They will never, ever in my lifetime get a majority of 150 seats, and they are just fucking squandering it.
Yeah. And there's a new squabble starting between Blue Labour and Red Labour this week, isn't there? So
What's the new one? What's the latest?
where's is
Oh,
being
Sorry, I missed that. Your mic is far too directional.
sorry, Wes never shaves his face streeting has kind of been declared as the leader of Blue Labour.
Blue Labour. So he's a Tory.
Yeah.
Tories
Yeah,
in
basically.
disguise.
It's what we used to call a Tory, I guess, basically.
Right.
Yeah. And that's about the Starmer challenge. Everybody putting the pressure on for him to go next year, basically.
I think he should. I think he should hang on. I said this the other day. I think that he should stay on. Or was it this today? I can't remember. I'm losing track of time. He should stay on, and they should just pack. They should use him as a mule, right? And just pack all the shit on top of him, all the bad decisions, all the U-turns, all the missed opportunities. I just drop them, and then just fucking cast him out to the desert. That's it. That's what you got to do.
Was it you saying earlier, though, that his departing speech should just be Trump's a wanker, Putin's evil, and Farage is a mixture of the two of them, basically? It's like,
fucking arseholes. George, thank you very much for the £2 super chat. Hence, it's been so important to get the UK out of EU. What, for the evil motherfuckers? Yes. For the people who want the New World Order. And then it's all these mad conspiracy theorists who are like, the government do things. The governments they're all spying on us. They're all deciding what we're allowed to say. And now they've actually got the tyrannical government that they've always thought they were going to rise up and fight against. And they're like, oh, I love this.
It's like, I know I keep bringing you back to this, but this was last week's experience, right? Malaga Airport which is where I flew back from, have just introduced these new Schengen laws that mean that Brits now probably are going to have to queue for longer, and we have to use different passport checks and stuff like that. So you're being told that it will take longer. The reality actually on the ground in Malaga was the opposite. Everyone there was a huge EU queue, and I was able to use the digital passport machines basically for non-EU. I think I just lucked out with the queue. But there are a lot of Brits just refusing to go down this route that we were told to go down, the rest of the world route, because they're saying, no, I demand to be able to get on my plane immediately. This is wrong. And I'm just looking at them and thinking, you are definitely the kind of expats, basically, that voted for Brexit. And I voted Remain. I've got a right to be angry about any changes in that situation. And I'm just going, well, this is the way the system works now. This is fine. We deserve it. And these people were just so angry. And I'm like, I guarantee you've lived in Spain for the last 20 years after you retired from your taxi firm in Basildon. And you think you're bloody special, basically, but you're not.
Darian De Star, thank you very much for the £10 super chat. Don't be daft. Wes Streeting can't be a Conservative. Didn't Boris Johnson get rid of all the moderate Tories? Yeah, indeed. Indeed. Did he say that Vietnam was communist, Red Scare, great? Yeah, I know what the excuse was. I mean, but there were a lot of countries in, like, say, Africa that were communists. Angola, famously, they had the hammer and sickle, they still do, on their flag, essentially, but it's a machete and a cog. They didn't invade.
Wasn't it
Guinea?
Didn't the French
Cape Verde? So
the French fucked up in Vietnam, didn't they? And asked the Americans to help out. Was that not how it worked?
The French were there, and basically this war started, and it was all part of decolonization. The Vietnam War started in the 50s, but the Americans took it over in the mid 60s, and then sent all these lads who grew up in a city, they'd never seen a fucking tree before. They drop them in the middle of a fucking jungle. And go, there you go, lads. Only the poor ones, though. If you're rich like Donald Trump,
I was going to say, despite what the films tell you as well, predominantly black lads as well were sent over.
Yep. Ethnic cleansing. Same with the highway system in America. The freeway system was ethnic cleansing. All of the big motorways that would go into America blasted through black neighborhoods. Every single one. That was not a coincidence.
Do you know? Right, I've got two more interesting facts about my Spanish trip.
Ooh, go on.
One of them, that there's a whole thing that I just didn't know existed, which is white presenting Mexicans.
Yes.
Right, or white
passing Mexicans. Yeah.
Yeah, and essentially, like Maria is white passing, so she feels that she would be safe in the US.
Yeah.
Because literally it is brown faces they're picking on, which is why this Native American girl was arrested the other day. It was more right to live in America than any of the ICE agents, basically, and she was arrested and threatened with deportation.
Yeah,
because she presents brown, And then the other thing, which I couldn't quite pin down the veracity of. Right, it's either a king or it's Franco. But they have this really weird thing that they do at midnight on New Year's Eve, which is you have to eat 12 grapes with the bongs of the clock in Madrid.
Cool.
Everybody's given a bowl of grapes.
Yeah.
Right? They sell tens of thousands of bunches of grapes across the whole of Spain. Right? Everybody does this, and I'm asking all the Spanish people, why do you do this, basically? And nobody knew. It took my son, my English son, to say, yeah, I asked this for the first 2 years that I was here. It turns out one year there was a surplus of grapes.
Yeah.
All right. And we couldn't determine whether it was under Franco or whether it was a monarch before Franco. But there was a surplus of grapes in Spain. So they just invented this myth that you have to eat 12 grapes on New Year's Eve in order to sell all the grapes they'd got, basically. And now they have a real problem because they're having to grow so many grapes on New Year's Eve that everyone tries to eat for the bongs.
I do love that.
I just thought it was one of those cultural things you're just not aware of. Everybody
Yeah.
in Spain does this thing. We don't. We look at them like they're all weird. Again, what the hell?
There was a book. There was a Lonely Planet book that came out about 15 years ago called The Year of Festivals, and if the production company hadn't gone bump, the Lonely Planet production company, the show that I wanted to make was A Year of Festivals, and me and a female presenter, and going around to all these different mad festivals around the world, and there's some
wow. That
proper
would have been
crazy
cool.
ones. Like not music
Yeah.
festivals necessarily. I mean, you would go to Glastonbury, but going to like there's a baby jumping festival in one of the villages, I think in Spain, where newborn babies, they dress as devils and they jump over the baby. There's a naked man festival in Japan, which is just fucking crazy. It's like there's a priest in this square, and everyone in there is a naked man with a loincloth on, and they all have to touch the priest's head, and if they touch the priest's heads, then they get good luck for the next 7 years or 7 fucking generations or something. So it's like this big mob of semi-naked men. Just all,
you can only imagine a Catholic priest came up with that idea. I know, God. Guys, I've got this great idea, basically.
Well, there's the one in Mexico, which is quite famous. I think they do this in Cuba as well, where they crawl up to a chapel, up a hill. Like they crawl on their bellies up to a chapel. It was in Breaking Bad. The twins did it. The Mexican twins, the assassin twins.
Oh yeah.
That's real. That's a real festival. Oh, it'd be a festival.
That would be a hell of a show. That would really would be a hell of a show.
You go to like
George only has given us £2.
Yes.
So why was Australia involved in Vietnam?
I haven't got a fucking clue. Well, I guess when we were asked, was it the Wilson government by then? So it would have been Labour in, and they were like, "We don't want to go to Vietnam. That's mad." Because we were asked.
We'll send the Aussies again. Basically.
Yeah, the Aussies can go on. The Anzacs, they'll be all right. They won't come back all fucked up. In fact, I think Jim Robinson in Neighbours fought in Vietnam. The character of Jim Robinson, not Alan Dale, who keeps turning up on TV.
How do you know the backstory of Jim Dale from Neighbours? How?
No,
where does this information? Where is it kept?
I don't know.
How do you have space to do anything
else?
else?
I've got like a Wi-Fi to a server in the back room, and it just feeds me random bits of information.
Do you sometimes go upstairs and say, "Who are you?" and it's Kat, and you're going, "Oh, sorry, I just didn't have the space to retain that information."
No space.
I was storing Jim Dale's backstory from Neighbours.
When I was waking up every morning in a new place in a new country for many years, and then I was with my girlfriend in Melbourne, Australia, and I woke up one morning in an absolute blind panic because I hadn't got a fucking clue where I was. And I woke up with Mandy, where am I? And she went, "Are you all right? You're in Thornbury or somewhere." And I was like, "Where the fuck is Thornbury?" And it was the suburb of Melbourne that we're in. If she said Australia, if she said Melbourne, I would have been, "Yep, I'm on it." But she said Northcote or something. I don't fucking know. What the fuck is that? But yeah, where am I? What year is this? What's the date?
Actually, what fascinates me, having done literally, because this is how sad I am compared to you, but I went away for 2 weeks abroad for the first time in maybe 12 years.
Oh wow!
Right, it's the longest I've been away from home, and my packing took 2 weeks of ADHD panicking, basically. And that's only because I've got control of myself. Otherwise, it would have been 5 cases the night before,
Wow.
which is historically how I used to do it. But I've kind of got a control and going, okay, you just need to plan this carefully over 2 weeks and have a case that you start to pack. And I was thinking about that, and I thought I did all right. Actually, I took exactly the right amount of clothes, and I ended up just having to buy 1 pair of socks. But I was thinking about you and thinking, how the fuck did you do this with ADHD without having anxiety attacks constantly about everything, about the paperwork and the packing? It just doesn't. It doesn't feel like something I could do unless I just took the first step and just went. That's what I was thinking about it. Maybe you just got on the first plane.
I did,
and then went. I'll just work. Well, you didn't get on a plane, but on a boat, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I had my plan, and it ran out in Papua New Guinea, but I had to modify the plan so many times because borders were closed and I couldn't get a visa, or there was just one problem with transportation, or I got stuck somewhere waiting for paperwork and stuff. And the first year, I did get quite frustrated when I got stuck in Cape Verde for 6 weeks. I got stuck in Comoros Islands for 3 weeks. I was like, for fuck's sake, I need to get off this fucking island. But there were no boats. After that, when the second year and the third year, I kind of like just kicked back a little bit and didn't take it as didn't take it as a huge fucking blow to my plans if something was a few hours or a few days late, or turn up at the port and the boat wasn't there again. I became a lot more chilled through the journey, weirdly, because I was just like, by the end of it, I was just like, "Okay, Sarah. I mean, my last bit of the jaunt, which was getting to Seychelles and the Maldives, I almost missed my fucking boat. I've been waiting for 6 months for this fucking boat. I don't think I told anyone this. I was in the pub with my mates in Kerala in India. And they were like, "You're supposed to be getting on this boat," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, but it's not leaving till midnight." And they're like, "Oh, you should get over there." It's about 10 o'clock. So we take a taxi, and I didn't realise how fucking far away it is. And we arrive at about 10:30. I thought it was just over the, I thought we were literally just over the road. And I'm the last one to board the fucking boat. Like literally, I got on this massive fucking cruise ship with like 2,000 people on board. And as soon as I walk up the gangplank, they start pulling it up. Because I was the last one.
He's on.
They were waiting for me, and I was like, fucking hell. I was like, oh my God. If I had been like 10 minutes later, they would have just gone. But I had looked at the time they were leaving, it was midnight. I thought, well, if I get there before midnight, it'll be fine. But they want you there 2 hours before midnight, don't they?
Right, of course.
Stupid me. Yeah. Stupid me. So yeah, there was a lot of them where I was just fucking dead lucky. I was really fucking lucky. Just, and other times it just went to shit. But I tried to keep a positive attitude. And people are really lovely, Mike. People are lovely everywhere. You meet lovely people.
Yeah. No,
unfortunately, there's some nutters, and if they elect a nutter to be their president, then he says, "Release the insanity," and it's like insanity is contagious. People think they can get away with shooting a woman in the face for no reason. Some crazy motherfuckers will do that. Not many, but it only takes one, doesn't it?
Exactly. I mean, it really has been a terrible week of news.
It has.
I do think actually, I mean, I said this last week to an extent, but I've definitely now done 2 weeks away from it, and I've like it would probably give you an indication that most days in the last 2 weeks, my phone at the end of the day has still got about 90% charge on it.
Fantastic.
Because I've not sat there doom scrolling anything. I've not posted anything.
17.
Exactly, yeah. And I keep looking at my phone going, this must be faulty. I've still got battery power. What the hell's going on? And then it was actually the most, because Maria doesn't really pay attention to the news anywhere near to the degree that we do. And she said, "Oh, Trump's just invaded Venezuela." And I'm like, how the fuck? Like, we'd have been all over that, but I wasn't reading the policy social group. I wasn't looking at anything. And it was really nice. I got to be honest with you. It was really pleasant. And I figure that I'll never stop doing this because I love you so much. And this, as you know,
thank you.
Well, it's just kept me going through all of this every time, basically. But there was a part of me thinking, well, just pay a bit less attention to the news and do more knob jokes with Scott.
Yeah, I'm up for that. I'm well up for that. When I got on a boat from the Solomon Islands down to Melbourne, it was God, it must have been like a week or something it took us to get down there. It was a long fucking journey. In my memory, it was a long journey. We had no internet. We had no way of knowing what was happening in the world. And it wasn't until I got onto dry land that I found Gaddafi had died. That in the last week,
Right,
I would have been all over that if that had been something when I'd been on the internet. But it was like, yeah, it was. Last week, they just beat him to death at the side of the road. I'm like, fucking hell, really? So that was, but it was nice. It was nice to be away from everything for a few days at sea.
We did.
And not have connection, just being able to disconnect from the rest of the world. And on my island, when I was there, not the last time I went, but the time before, I did make a concerted effort not to read the fucking news. I'll do the morning show. Well, it was morning for me. It was afternoon for you lot. But I'll just sit there, go and tell me what happened. Let's just talk about shit. Let's just talk about the island.
I'll Google
it. John C. Thank you very much for the £10 super chat. Graham's hat hides a fifth dimension, fairly big on the outside, but vast on the inside. You're on great form tonight. Thanks. Oh, well, thank you, John C. And thank you especially because that triggers our second load of confetti.
Oh, lights, quick. Lights.
Camera. Action.
Party.
Beautiful.
Thank you, John.
Beautiful, my friend. Beautiful. So thank you very much, John C, for sorting that for us. Yeah, my hat is a TARDIS. My TARDIS hat. I don't know why things just stick in my head. I don't know why. But then other things don't, like where things go in the cupboard.
I'm terrible with it. But I'm like, I get the gist of facts. And I think the older I'm getting as well, basically, I'm just getting more rubbish at remembering it. And I also don't care. I'm like, look, the gist of it is that he's definitely orange and a bit like Hitler. I can't remember what he did, but he's just an arsehole, But we were talking about this week a bit, that there's a part of me that I'm kind of jealous of people that decide that, and they actually decide, I'm not talking about stupid people. I'm talking about very intelligent people that just decide not to pay attention to any of this and almost shrug their shoulders and say, the world is shit. It's full of corruption. What are you going to do, basically? And I did come to the conclusion that actually, if people like you and me, and any of the social commentators that are going, no, this is not right, if we stop, then they've definitely won.
Yeah,
because that's what they want. They want us to stop pointing out that they're not wearing any clothes, basically.
Yeah,
and somebody's got to do that. So that's kind of what we exist for, and why we're doomed to pay attention to this shit, basically.
Yeah, but I mean,
because it's like you when somebody says, "Well, Trump's just doing a deal," and you go, "Okay, let me just explain about the relationship between China, Taiwan, Russia, and Wes Streeting. Fucking hell, you should know about him. Let me explain, basically." And I'm like, you don't need to know all these connections, and I do sound a bit like a mad tin hatter sometimes on this stuff. But if you don't quite know what's going on superficially, you can understand why idiots are just sitting there going, "Yay, Trump! Let me buy your hat. I love it. I'm white, so I'm going to be okay."
I describe it as a flight from complexity. That's the world we're living in. People life is so complex, more complex than it's ever been before. So think of it this way, right? If you had a bit announced about you like 150 years ago, you could get your head around how a fucking steam engine worked. I mean, it was complicated, but it wasn't that complicated. Sorry, I've got this telling me to take my ADHD medication. It wasn't that complicated. And if you think about even like 100 years ago, like simple radios, they weren't that complicated. And things got TVs more complicated, video recorders, DVDs, more, computers, and then the microchips getting more and more to the point where like there's only one machine in the world that can make fucking microchips to the standard that we need to make them to make AI work, because it's so fucking complex. I don't know where to start. And I think of that bit in one of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy books where Arthur Dent's stuck on a planet and he just ends up making sandwiches because he doesn't know how to do anything. He doesn't know how to make anything. He doesn't know how to make a toaster. He doesn't know how to make a TV. He doesn't know how to make a computer. It's all so complex.
It became because it was the Earth, wasn't it, back in prehistory?
No, it was a different planet, this one. I think it
Was
was
it
later
another
on in one
planet?
of the later books. I think it was like So Long and Thanks
Yeah.
to All the Fish. I'm sure someone in the
Uh,
chat's going to correct us on this, but I'm sure it was a different
Absolutely,
planet,
yeah.
and he was in this.
Again, I've read all the books and love them all basically, but I can't remember exactly where it
It
comes
might have
from.
been
But
prehistoric Earth. I don't know. So
because
what would that have been?
he
The
did
beginning
spend
of
a
So Long and Thanks
long
to All the
time on
Fish?
prehistoric Earth, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah,
And I think he became the world's best sandwich maker.
yeah.
That was his.
Yeah. That was his
Spent
thing
10
because he
years
knew how to make
working on it,
sandwiches,
basically.
but he
And
couldn't.
also learnt to fly by falling over and not worrying about it.
Yes, by missing the floor.
Yeah, missing
Until
the
he got
floor.
hit in the back by a party. I fucking love these
Yeah.
books.
Yeah.
What I love about Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is that Douglas Adams, I love this in his other books as well, Dirk Gently, in that he just has such a fucking wonderful way with words. Like the way
Yeah.
he describes stuff, the way he describes a spaceship hanging in the sky, exactly the way bricks don't. Like just having that way of thinking is something that you'll never be able to replicate with AI.
Exactly the way that bricks don't.
It's just a fucking brilliant turn of phrase.
Which
It's just brilliant.
just to bring it back to politics, JD Vance's speech today, there was something hilarious in it where he said, yes, when you see a woman as part of a network of anti-government protesters, or a protester with a brick, you have to ask yourself who paid for the brick. And you think, no, you don't. It's a fucking brick, basically.
What?
George Soros is not funding fucking bricks for protesters. It's like,
Jesus wept.
but it's almost like they get. I mean, this is the guy that in the campaign famously walked into a donut shop and demonstrated that he'd never ordered a donut for himself in his life, basically. And you think he's probably sitting there going, I don't know where you get bricks from. Where do you get bricks? Oh, Trump gets bricks. He's a billionaire. So it must be a billionaire that gets bricks.
Yeah.
That can be the only answer.
Oil companies have said to Trump that Venezuela is uninvestable.
Yeah.
Wow.
The fact that America hasn't sent troops in and taken over the country fully means that it's unstable. You're not going to go and invest in an unstable
Even if
country.
he does put troops in, it'll be unstable because you're always going to be at threat of sabotage because the people in Venezuela are not going to want the gringos there. They're not going to want the American soldiers there. Why would they?
No, and more importantly, the cartels who are armed to the teeth and well funded, basically, are going to be that's your guerrilla armies because they're going to start fighting each other for power in a vacuum, aren't they?
Yeah.
So.
We got another super chat from Questionable Lab Sanity. £2 super chat. Have you seen the new ICE POV of Good being shot? Yes. We spoke about that at the start. I we're going to see it. We've watched it, and we're like, that makes it all the more incriminating. But Trump's lot, the MAGA supporters, they watch exactly the same footage and take away exactly the opposite from it, which is just like...
I think I've mentioned it before, but there is a really good podcast on YouTube I've been watching called The Necessary Conversation.
Yeah.
And it's brother and sister in their 40s, I would guess. And their MAGA mum and dad. And they started it about 2 years ago because the son, Chad, who'd worked in the media and as an author, had just the relationship between his parents had broken down over politics. Basically, his dad had just become a deranged MAGA fan, and his mum was just kind of following suit. So they just started this weekly podcast of trying to persuade them with evidence that they were wrong. And it's kind of got worse and worse and worse over the years. But I think it really is. I think the title is genius because it really is a necessary conversation that they're having. They are trying day by day to persuade these people that they're wrong. But every time he brings up a video, he shows them evidence, and they go, well, that can't be right. That's fake. That's AI.
Yeah.
They're just doing that to have a go at Trump, basically. And it doesn't matter how much evidence. It's like the big thing they're discussing at the moment is the Somali fraud, childcare fraud in Minnesota, which is a completely made up story, right? So there has been fraud since COVID in Minnesota centering around childcare. It was all organized by a white American woman, and she employed a lot of Somalis in the childcare centers, these kind of fake childcare centers. I think it's about $1.7 million. Like it's like nothing. You know,
Yeah.
in terms of federal budgets, absolutely nothing. But Fox News and a certain podcaster who got 130 million views for a video of him uncovering this problem. And the way he uncovered the problem was to knock on the door when the place was shut and say, "Let me see the children." He'd got 8 thugs standing behind him.
Yeah.
Right. And you go, it's a fucking nursery. Even if it's a fake nursery, you're not going to open the door. But if it was a real nursery, you're definitely not going to open the door. And the fact they don't open the door is all of the evidence that Fox and Newsmax have got. And these 2 MAGA freaks are sitting there going, well, why aren't they opening the door? There should be somebody on reception. If there's nobody on reception, it's fraud. And then their son is going, okay, Donald Trump has been charged with fraud, convicted of fraud a number of times, right? Here's the white woman that ran this organization, and it was a Somali whistleblower that got her uncovered, and Biden locked her up, basically. So, right? Here's all the evidence, and they're going, well, they're covering up more, and the Somalis are just trying to steal money from us. They've got this complicated process of nursery care fraud in order to fund Islamic terrorism, and all the Somalis need to be shot in the face.
This is why I'm not as concerned as others about AI and people generating fake images and fake video and stuff and saying, oh, this is real, because people will see what they want to see, no matter what. If you show some real footage to a Trump, they'll say that's AI. That's not real. That's fake. If they don't want to believe it. And if you show me something that is just so outrageous, I'm like, that cannot be real. My first go-to is like, that's probably AI. And then I'll stare at it for a long time until I count everyone's fingers and realize that it is AI, because everyone's too well lit and all have the same facial expression and too many teeth and all the other problems that come with AI.
It's Putin's playbook. You've just got to get everybody not believing what they're seeing. You know? And once you've got that, you can do anything you want. And the fact that Trump uses AI
about this, didn't he?
Exactly. Yeah. And he made that 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So that guy knows what he's doing.
There was a guy who worked for Putin. I think he still does work for Putin, who was like a TV producer, and he knew that the best way to keep everyone on board is just to confuse the fucking shit out of everyone. So they would fund people who were pro Putin and people who were anti Putin, and then they would let everyone know that they were funding both, and everyone's like, so people didn't know what narrative to believe. And this is a nation.
Biggest problem is
a nation that's really easy to manipulate.
Yeah, the right wing or the manipulators don't seem to be following the playbook completely. They're not funding us.
Yeah.
In this case, we're doing this ourselves. We're doing this with the audience, including George only, who's just
I just noticed that. Thank you, George only. George. Venezuela has the largest oil reserves of the lowest quality crude oil. The US has the largest capacity for processing low-grade oil. That's the reality. Yeah, but as someone else has pointed out, as Big Ginger Dwarf pointed out, 100 billion investment needed before only oil can be exported from Venezuela. I mean, the infrastructure is just not there, and they are not going to invest that much money to make oil worth less.
No,
because that's what will happen. It will literally flood the market. Price of oil will go down, no matter what OPEC Plus try to do to try and keep the price just at the point that the Americans can't dominate the field, the oil field. But yeah, it's all Did you happen to see, before we go, because we've got to wrap it up, we've been yakking on for over 2 hours. Did you see this thing about that guy who does this podcast called Diary of a CEO? It's a guy called Steve Bartlett.
Oh God, I hate him. Yeah, okay.
Did you hear about this
don't
week?
know.
He had some not white supremacy. He had some like fucking red pill knobhead on there talking absolute shite about the male loneliness epidemic.
I didn't see the story. What was just the
so they were sitting there going. One of them said, "See, the problem is that men are not being able to pass their genes on," and it's like, what? Yeah, men aren't, because women aren't having sex with them. Yeah, because they're fucking incels. And so their gene line, their lineage is going to die out. And he was trying to argue that that's exactly the same as, getting cancer. And it's like, and he's like, should we not treat people with cancer? And you're like, yeah. And so
What do we
they were
do?
talking
How do we
about the
treat?
state.
How do we treat these poor men? Basically, we
Yeah.
just offer them up women. That's what we're supposed to do.
They were talking about getting the state to intervene to help men pass their genes on.
I mean, that
What
guy is dangerous, and the BBC
the
should sack him. He
fuck?
did one of his podcasts recently, and I saw a clip of it. And he had somebody on that was saying that the way to cure leukemia, which is something I've got, was sunlight. And his
Oh,
evidence for this,
vampires.
was that
Oh,
there was a little girl in a leukemia ward, and she was on chemotherapy, and they wheeled her out to see a football match that she wanted to see, and she got better. And you go, she was in a fucking leukemia ward doing chemotherapy. That's what stopped the leukemia. It wasn't the football match, basically. It was irresponsible, and I think there's a huge amount in his podcast that's irresponsible. When he was sticking to how to start up your shitty advertising company in Soho, basically, that was fine. But
yeah.
he's now turned himself into some kind of Joe Rogan sort of character that the BBC should, because he's on Dragon's Den, isn't he?
Is he?
Yeah, that's where he got his fame from.
All right, so I didn't know who he was, but yeah, he's certainly very cunty. But yeah, he was like, yeah. And then a few minutes late afterwards, they were like, obviously this couldn't be done. But it was kind of like,
No, he gives a platform, and he's very popular. He's got millions of followers. It's
when I go,
it's like Joe Rogan. It is just like, I think he's doing the Joe Rogan playbook,
yeah,
which is I'm just asking questions.
just asking questions. But what he's
and then
doing
you get weirdos on, and you're providing a platform for the weirdos.
But what they're doing by doing this is they are fucking over an entire generation of young men who are being told to treat women like shit. And then you'll get laid. These kids are desperate to have sex. And they're being told by older, successful men who are having sex, the way to do this is to treat women like shit. And so they treat women like shit. Women go, I don't want to be anywhere near you. Go away, you fucking lunatic. And then they get more and more angry towards women. They become more and more misogynistic and fuel that hatred towards women because how dare women deny me of the opportunity to pass on my genes? And it's like, no one fucking owes you anything, mate. Have you tried being nice? But it's a self-fulfilling prophecy for these podcast cunts because, like Andrew Tate and Joe Rogan, because if these people who listen to their shite had sex, they'll stop listening to their shite. You know, if they're in a relationship.
Also, if you're going to go down to Darwinism, there's probably a reason that those people don't pass on their genes. It's like women don't want to see that. I was watching some pigeons trying to court the other day on a beach, basically. And
what a strange pastime you have, Mike.
I know.
Curving on the pigeons
holiday.
in the park.
But there's this pigeon all puffed up like they are, puffing his chest out and chasing this smaller female pigeon. And then she managed to run off, ignoring him. And he just stands there and he turns around a bit like an Andrew Tate or something and goes, yeah, well, I didn't want to fuck her anyway. Prances off, basically. And you're like, yeah, that's the reason your genes are not going to get passed on because you're an arsehole. Basically.
Yeah.
He didn't actually say that. I just want to make it clear for those in the chat that are now going to say, Mike, pigeons were not talking. But they were talking to me, Graham.
Indeed. Anyway, we'll leave it at that because it's coming up to the witching hour. We don't want to make people turn back into pumpkins or whatever happens at midnight. And Andy says, humans self-domesticated. These monkeys have failed. This monkey's gone to heaven. And One Egg Pagan says, Venezuela, another place I'd love to visit purely for the zoology. Yeah, the flora and fauna are pretty fucking impressive there. Sorry, go on.
Can we just say the lovely Hannah is in the chat and she says Graham is on point. Clap emoji.
Oh.
And then they call it a male loneliness epidemic and expect women to fix it. Your behaviour is the problem. Yeah.
Well, I think Hannah and I are going to talk about this when I come down to visit at the end of this month. Coming down to terrorise you all, hopefully. We'll have to see.
I have a much better outlook after this 2 weeks on my next few months. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing you finally.
Oh, good. Okay, can we pencil that in a bit?
Because I had 3 phone calls with stoma people today, basically. So I'll teach you how to change one. That'll be nice. That's
okay, cool.
My friends are
we'll change your stoma on the internet. And people
Not
can learn how
quite
to
the kind of
use the sound.
bodily experience you were hoping for, I reckon. But,
I'll give it a go. No, yeah. So what we need to do, we need to find somewhere in Brighton where we can set up for a Friday night social IRL.
Yeah.
Can we go to the same pub?
Yeah, definitely. They'd have us back, definitely.
Okay, cool. Even though we had a fight last time we were there.
I just think there might be one exception on the invite list, basically.
Do you know what's really funny? Like last time I said, wouldn't it be really funny? Because there's this mad woman on the internet, and I've forgotten her name. It's like Charlotte Fish or something. And she's obsessed, like absolutely obsessed. Not with me and you, but like with the other people in our like polysoc group. Tan. And
Tan, definitely.
A lot of, and she's got this whole thing of like how everyone's connected, and it's like, yeah, we all know each other, we all hang out with each other. What are you talking about? She thinks she's found this incredibly secretive conclave of these left-wing influencers, and it's like,
it's called a WhatsApp group.
It's called a WhatsApp group, and yes, we do talk to each other, and it's like, yeah, and Carol Vorderman's involved, I'll tell you, and that Gary Lineker, oh, he's in, and you're like, yeah, like Marina and Gemma, they started their troll podcast on Goal Hanger, which is Gary Lineker's thing, and then they went over to Global, and yet we do. I mean, anyway, so I said, wouldn't it be funny if we put on the internet like some incident happened in Brighton just to fuck with her, and they went down to Brighton and we all had a fight.
It did. Truth is stranger than fiction.
Anyway, I hope she enjoyed that. Fucking weirdo. Anyway, privately educated, of course, as all great master detectives are. Darian DeStar, thank you very much for the last super chat of the evening, I believe. £10 super chat there. Andrew Tate and the rest make their money by telling men are weak, not how men can be strong, vile creatures that they are. Yeah, Darian, you're absolutely right. And they give men terrible advice if the men ever want to get out of their male loneliness epidemic. The worst thing you can do if you're lonely is to go out and tell everyone else to fuck off. Is this rocket science? Is it?
Nope.
Well, I went out and I called everyone a cunt, and now no one wants to be my friend. I don't understand. I did everything right.
Yep. Be your best self and listen. That's the main. It'd be a very short Tinder podcast series.
I've been on Bumble and your profile just says, fuck off, you cunt. And there's a picture of you holding a fish. Nobody swipe me right. Why did I never get swipe right?
Have I told you that on my when I was on the dating apps, I did a cartoon of myself sitting on a motorbike holding a fish. I just said, luckily I don't do this only in cartoons.
It's a bit divorced dad energy, that, isn't it? The big fish. What's with the big fish, guys?
Man, it's like,
put the big fish down, right? And then just be normal. Why can't you be normal? And I feel sorry for women having to put up with this shit.
I know we're kind of ending on this, but I read something the other day about the fact that people that have an enlarged amygdala, the fear section of your brain,
amygdala,
tend to vote right wing.
Yes, because they're consumed with fear. They see everything as a threat.
Yeah.
And they're always looking out for the next threat. And so if it's something that is different to their tribe, so someone who's got a different skin color or different accent or speaks a different language or has a different sexuality, they see that as a threat. So a lot of people see trans people as threats because they're like, oh, I'm not used to this. Because they think that, I don't know, the trans person's jaw's going to come open really big, like in Blade 3, and they're going to their head bitten off. Because that's likely. I don't know, but yeah, it's down to your brain chemistry, and I don't know what the answer is on this. Because what can you do? Just go around telling people, don't be so scared.
No, I've just got a feeling that maybe that's more of the core of it. It's not about politics; it's about your brain chemistry. Yeah. I think maybe the ADHDers are going to save the planet at some point in time. Ending on a little sweet story. I have a next door neighbour who. Their son, Izzy, I think he must be about 6 or 7, I don't know. And he's just adorably cute. And when I did the open house here, he kind of lived here flogging art for me, and I sold one of his pictures because he's actually quite a talented little artist. And I brought him a little, it's like an empty comic book. It's got all the panels in it for you to fill in to tell your story. And I bumped into him and his mum today, and he thanked me for it. And his mum said he has basically seen a bit of graffiti in Brighton with these massive onions. Right, and he's come up with a story of what if the onions took over Brighton, and then he started telling me this story, and I said, "Izzy, you so have to draw this. I want to read this. Basically, this is a great story. It's got like geopolitics in it and everything. Oh, this tiny little kid is just coming up with this whole story about this. If the onions took over, what would it be like?" And I thought that's great.
That's really
adorable.
Cute. Okay, well we're gonna leave it at that. From the mouths of babes. And thank you, Mike, for coming on the show tonight. And thanks everyone else who popped along, Wayne and obviously Scott there. And Hannah is saying he's a blue-eyed, leucistic royal python. Thanks, Han. And Billy just says Pat Mustard. Fucking Pat Mustard. Do you get that?
Yeah.
Mike? Yeah. Father
No,
Ted.
I
Father
don't.
Ted reference.
Is it further? Oh well.
But it was when they did like Speed, but on a milk float. It was back when
Your
Graham
obs-
Linehan was funny.
Your obsession with
People
Graham
liked him.
Linehan. Yeah, I know.
Now he just goes around calling people paedophiles on the internet and getting away with it for some reason because he hasn't got any money, which he totally fucking has.
Bad man.
Bastard.
Bad man.
People with small amygdalas are more adventurous, apparently. I must have a tiny amygdala. I'm not showing my amygdala off on my Tinder profile.
Yeah, but it's not the size that matters. It's what you do with it, Graham.
Indeed. Indeedy do. Right. Good night, everyone, says Sarah Davis. Good night, Sarah. Good night. I will be back on Sunday at 11 o'clock for the Sunday service, Sunday sermon. Hey, but I'm toying with the idea of doing something on Saturday night. So please, if you have not already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Give us a like before we go. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification icon. And what will happen is, like magic, you'll get a little ping in your pocket when we're going to go live. So yeah, watch out, because sometimes we just do a show. We just do a show. It doesn't cost anything, does it? It's brilliant. This
Let's put on a show.
Broadcast studio
like
in your own
fame.
home. Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's like left wing fame. It's perfect.
Yeah. Anyway, right. Thank you so much for watching, and until we meet again, I'll say hello, good evening, welcome, and goodbye. Bye.